everybody. Hello. Happy Monday. I hope it's cool where you are. I mean, it's been blazing hot over here. Hey, highly favored. You are the first one here. Happy Monday to you, highly favored. How are you? How's everything with you? I hope your Monday, your week has started strong. I hope your week has started strong and you have enjoyed today being Monday. Hey, now wow. How's everybody doing? Everybody, how na day? Onto the matter today, Aluta continua. Presidential Tribunal goes forward, whether they like am or not. We are here, we dey here, we stand gidigba like Iroko tree, we go nowhere. We go nowhere. So me, I wan quick ask one question. All the people wey dem dey shout, when dem vote for this mess, how market, how una dey gbadun, how the trekking, how the leggedies bends? Una don, I sure say una go don buy keke napep now, so that una go fit dey move from place to place. Unfortunately, dem no dey sell, I no sure say dem dey sell scooter like that for Nigeria. People no really dey used to scooter. All those small things wey be like wetin dem dey call dem, skating stuff wey dem dey use. E don dey to say dem get scooter no go there like that. So that everybody go dey use keke napep and dem go dey trek. If the place no too far, you just use leg waka. What's the point? You know? Other places dem wan do this kind thing, dem go don make sure say things don dey on ground. Dem go let the citizens land softly. Their landing go soft. E go soft, e no go strong. You understand? Even if dem get dem say dem wan do wetin dem dey call am, fuel subsidy, dem go don make sure say dem don prepare everywhere go don rest, everybody, even if you want to do it, when people wan, before e hit people like that, e go, at least dem go get cushion. Wetin una own don do put for ground? Shebi una say the ones, people wey dey vote for this one, shebi una say na this one now una want, abi? All those of you that voted, I hope that you have special price, maybe na 50 naira per litre, na una take dey buy una own, abi? I hope say na 50 naira be una own. I hope say una get separate line wey una dey queue up for, wey una take dey buy the fuel. While those of them that know what's up, they are enriching themselves, they are squeezing you to get money so that they can continue to be billionaires and create more amongst themselves. Make una dey there. All of una go learn one way or the other. We dey here. Make I first of all, me, I need person wey understand this whole fuel subsidy. Abeg, make e come explain to us, like people like those, make e come explain to us like people wey no go school, like e be like say you no go school at all and you want to explain to somebody. So I will play this video, so anybody wey understand anything about fuel subsidy, biko come and tell us, come and enligh ten us. We go appreciate am. My people, abeg, make una no forget to like as you enter, like the show as you enter. Please don't forget to support the host. The host need mango juice, abeg. Make una no vex, make una take am support me, so that e go dey make me dey ginger. So anyways, make I play this video. So please, if you understand this whole fuel subsidy, please, I beg you, come into the studio. I'm going to share my link at some point. Come and explain it to us, abeg, like babies.
Expose this. We cannot just continue like this. We can't keep quiet and allow these people to continue to push Nigerians more and more into poverty. We need to expose this. So you and I, we have a responsibility. I know Nigerians like to watch Hollywood movies or Nollywood movies, Nigerian home video. But this is not the time for it. If we allow these things that are happening concerning the fuel subsidy removal, if we allow them to continue, very soon you won't have money to watch home video. You won't have money to buy data to watch comedy skit. You won't have money to buy subscription, DSTV, data to watch Premier League or Champions League. You won't. So don't think it doesn't concern you. Leave their politics for them. No. That is what brought us to this mess that we are in. And if we're going to get ourselves out of it, all of us have to pay attention to what is happening concerning this fuel subsidy thing. A lot of lies have been told to us by NNPC for the past 8 years under Buhari. A lot of lies, particularly since the beginning of this direct sales, direct purchase arrangement of the NNPC. A lot of lies. Let me tell you very quickly.
The first person to survive Alzheimer's disease is out there.
Oh,
And
Labour must know this, because considering that the meeting between Labour and the federal government ended in a deadlock last night, it is imperative that this information be put out to also help Labour, because I see that Labour has maybe 50-60% correct information about what is actually going on about this so-called fuel subsidy. I call it so-called because from the revelations that I will give later on today, you will see that there is really no fuel subsidy. And this is serious. There is no fuel subsidy. We have been lied to this past 8 years under Buhari, under the guise of direct sales, direct purchase. They have been making payments to their cronies in the name of subsidies and plunging and throwing Nigeria and Nigerians into sufferings and poverty. No fuel subsidy. And I'll prove it to you now. It's simple. What do you know about the direct sales, direct purchase arrangement of the NNPC? If you don't know much about it, I will expose it in another video, because it's a big topic in itself, and that is where the confusion comes in. Two things that stand out very quickly that I need to put out that will help Labour, because they say they have rescheduled their negotiation meeting. We need to put this out. Number one, NNPC has not paid a single dime as subsidy to any oil marketer. Quote me on this. For the past 8 years under Buhari, NNPC has not paid a single dime of subsidy money to any oil marketer. So all the trillions that they claim they are paying that are budgeted for, those monies must be returned and people must go to jail. Those monies must be returned and people must go to jail, because documents that we have obtained show that there is no money paid for subsidy by NNPC under the DSDP, direct sale, direct purchase arrangement, for the past 8 years. Not a single dime. Number two, the landing cost of refined petrol into Nigeria, direct at place, based on the DSDP arrangement, landing at Bonny in Rivers or landing at Apapa in Lagos. Those are the two ports of discharge. The landing cost of fuel is the same as the free on board cost of NNPC, which is the cost of NNPC putting the crude into the oil vessel of the refinery. Now, that landing cost, which is the free on board cost, is equal to the production cost of NNPC, and which if we want to take the higher limit, is $30 per barrel. $30 per barrel. Now, $30 is the upper end of the cost of production. Some countries have $4 per barrel production. Some have $5 per barrel production, cost of production. some have $10 per barrel cost of production. But let's admit that, okay, in Nigeria's case, it is different, and our cost of production is higher, and we put it at $30 per barrel. That's the cost of extracting oil from the ground. $30 per barrel. One barrel can refine 170 liters of refined petroleum products. One barrel. So that means that if you divide $30 by 170, your cost of production comes to about 18 cents. 18 cents per liter. 18 cents per liter. That's the cost of production. And that cost of production is directly the landing cost based on the direct sale, direct purchase arrangement with the refineries. With the refineries, what they call consortium is actually an arrangement with the refineries. Now,
what is a woman? Can you tell me that?
That is glaring. So no money has been paid for subsidy for the past 8 years. Categorically, I'm making this statement. And I am beginning the process of working with CSO, civil society organizations. We need to hold some people accountable. If the government will not hold them accountable, we will hold them accountable. We will sue people. Monies that have been paid under the false pretense of subsidy must be returned. We will make sure they are returned compulsorily, and people must go to jail for defrauding a whole nation and plunging Nigerians into poverty. They must go to jail. Another thing that stands out is the seeming ignorance of our media and our so-called oil and gas experts. The seeming ignorance. They come out and they tell you that government can no longer afford to pay for subsidy. Yet they are experts. They are experts who understand the details, the fine details of the direct sale, direct purchase arrangement of the NNPC. So if they really do, then it means that they are either complicit or they are extremely dumb. It's one of those two things. I'm talking about our so-called oil and gas experts now and our so-called media. Because when you see all of the business programs on all of the TV channels, Arise, TVC, NTA, all of them, when they talk and they make categorical statements about the fact that, oh, subsidy needs to go. And they say government can no longer afford subsidy, meaning that they claim to know what the DSDP arrangement is and who government is paying our subsidy money to. They claim to know. So the media must now come out and tell us these trillions of naira that NNPC claims it is paying on subsidy, which companies are they paying them to? Because from the details, the documents that we have obtained, NNPC does not pay a single dime. Shingbai, not a dime, not 1 cent, not $1, does not pay $1 to anybody as subsidy payment. Another thing that also comes out from our findings is the fact that no oil marketer, I repeat, no oil marketer, whether independent marketer, whether major marketer, no oil marketer needs to source for forex, needs to source for dollar to bring in crude based on the direct sale, direct purchase arrangement of the NNPC. None. So all this talk about subsidy putting pressure on the naira and causing it to devalue, it's a lie. It's a big lie. Now there are 15 companies, refineries. NNPC calls them consortium. They posted their list. It was NNPC that posted their list themselves. Shell is among them. Exxon, BP, British Petroleum is among them. And 15 others working in cahoots with companies in Nigeria. I'm telling you now, those refineries, those 15 companies must now come and tell us how much NNPC paid to them, because we're going to drag all of them before a court. They must come and tell us how much NNPC paid to them as subsidy in dollar and what services they rendered. And then we will now compare it to the agreement, the documents that show that NNPC has not paid a single dime. How can people be this wicked? If Tinubu knows what's good for him, if the advisors of Tinubu know what's good for them, they should not fall into this trap that has been set for them. They should not fall into it. They should just jejely waka pass by doing the right thing. Now, what is the right thing? All the companies that have collected money under the guise of subsidy payment based on the DSDP arrangement must now refund those monies. They must refund those monies. And all this talk about, oh, we are removing subsidy is actually a lie. All they just want to do is increase the price, the pump price of fuel. That's what they want to do. Because before now, there is no subsidy. People were just being given money. No subsidy. Now that Dangote refinery is complete, if they continue at this rate, we cannot hide behind subsidy anymore. They now want to collect the money from Nigerians directly by increasing the pump price of fuel. That way, Dangote refineries and their shareholders will now maximize profit. So the same people will now, they are just planning to change how they collect the money from Nigerians.
Cole, he's my miracle child. So how does your miracle child get cancer?
Nigerians, we cannot keep quiet. If we keep quiet, we do so at our own risk. Don't think that it's only transportation. It is not. I don't think that it will only increase the cost of transportation and the cost of food, and that's it. No, everything will change. And the worst of it is that people will lose their jobs and more people will be thrown into extreme poverty. Maybe it's just 133 million now. Maybe we're soon going to see 150 million because of this. Right now, people are already suffering. And that is why it behoves on people like you watching and people like me to do the needful if we have interest in saving the average Nigerians. I tell you the truth, you cannot just watch this video and waka pass. If you're still watching, by the way, I congratulate you because it shows that you have an interest. Of course, it's either you have an interest in getting information that will free this country, or you have an interest in hearing what I will say so you can use it against me. It's one of those two. And whichever it is, I am ready. But I am saying now to those who are watching it because of the interest they have in the Nigerians that are suffering, share this video so that other Nigerians can see it. They need this information. And then invite them. I'm going to do a live stream where I will break down everything later today. It's a sacrifice for me. My schedule is tight, but I am going to do whatever I can to make sure that I do that live stream later today to expose the fraud, this fraud that is called subsidy, and what their true intention is, talking about removing subsidy. We're going to do it because Nigerians need to know. And I'm not particularly happy at what the SDP candidate, Prince Adebayo, is doing. I had so much respect for him before the election, and now coming out to be saying the kind of things he's doing, I am disappointed. Look, what he was saying was right. And now he's saying that Tinubu should punish us because we did not listen to Adebayo. We did not listen to Adebayo. No, you can't do that. If what you were saying, Mr. Adebayo, is right, and people did not vote for you, did you ask why they did not vote for you? Can you tell yourself that it might be because of the fact that they really didn't understand what you were saying? So your responsibility now that the elections are over is begin to educate the people so that they can understand what you're saying. So you cannot, because people blindly voted for subsidy removal that they did not understand, because of that, you now call on the government of Tinubu to punish them by removing the subsidy that you know is fake. You know it is fake. You know it is a fraud. So what you should be doing now is coming out to expose the fraud, to say, no, this is a fraud. Tinubu, don't do this. Don't guide Tinubu into the trap they have set for him. It's a trap.
For just $67, you can make as many videos as you want, and you never need to pick up a camera or use any.
No wonder they are saying that Nigerians will miss Buhari because of this trap. So if Tinubu knows what is good for him, he should avoid the trap. And people like you, Prince Adeboye, should tell him that he's walking into a trap. Nigerians, wake up, oh. Nigerians, wake up, oh. Nigerians, wake up, oh. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Collect your money, oh. Wake up, collect your money, oh. There is no subsidy, oh. It's all a lie, oh. NNPC, Mele Kyari, they have all been lying to us, oh, and using the DSDP to steal our money and give to so-called oil marketers under the guise of the DSDP. Oh. It's all a hoax. It's a lie, oh. We must rise up now and go beyond just mere protest. The civil society organizations must now begin to come out and begin to sue. We need to sue NNPC. They should come out. We need to sue all those companies, the consortium, the refineries. We need to sue all of them, all of them. We'll roll out their names later. We'll roll out their names. We need to sue them. Protesting will not stop this. We need to sue them. They need to bring back our money. They need to pay us back our money. Let me tell you something. Another thing that, one fantastic thing that we have discovered from the documents we have is that the landing cost of fuel is actually between 80 and 90 naira. So if NNPC is selling at 165, NNPC is making over 100% profit. NNPC is making profit. And on top of that, we are earning dollars. So there should not be pressure on our naira. So Emir Fele must come and tell us now, why is it that there is pressure on our naira by claiming that people are trying to access Forex? Access Forex, how? How? When there's DSDP that specifies how these things go. They must now come and tell us. Nigerians, I'm begging you. Suspend home videos for now. Suspend comedy skits for now. Suspend Premier League or Premiership, English Premier League. Suspend Champions League. Let us face this thing. Don't say it doesn't concern you. That small money that you have saved, if you allow this thing to continue, that money will be wiped out. It will just become valueless. Whether it is 10 million, 100 million, 1 million that you have saved, 500,000 that you have saved, and that you think you have money, if you allow the government of Tinubu to do what they are trying to do now, all of us now go suffer. That money, you will just soon find out that that money is worth nothing because inflation will just wipe out its value. This is not the time for Premier League. This is not the time for Champions League. This is not the time for comedy skit. This is not the time for home video. This is the time to take action. Study about what this direct sale, direct purchase is. Study about what this oil subsidy is. 90% of Nigerians don't even know anything about oil subsidy. They don't know anything about oil subsidy. They don't know what it means. That is why these people, they continue to shroud it in secrecy and make it look like it is complex. It is not complex. Wake up.
Over the past 6 months, we have been investigating as well as exposing the truth behind all of these food processing plans that
the NLC president was talking yesterday after they came out from the meeting with the federal government to say that it's the difference, it's inefficiency. No, you have the information 50%, Mr. NLC president. It's not inefficiency. They make it look like it's inefficiency. It's actually fraud. They have not been making any payments for subsidy. There's no difference between what you sell and what you buy. There's no difference. It's DSDP. The arrangement is simple. I give you $1 million worth of crude oil. You give me $1 million worth of refined petrol. It's simple and it is free on board, direct at place, which means that all NNPC needs to do is carry the crude oil to the port. The cost of shipment, the cost of bringing back the refined crude, the cost of refining, everything is borne by the refinery. In fact, NNPC also make money because NNPC owns Nidas Marine, a shipping company. So they also get money from the 50% of the shipment of the crude that NNPC gives to them based on this DSDP arrangement. So don't let them lie to you that there's a difference one place. There's no difference anywhere. No difference. In fact, NNPC is making money from shipping because NNPC also has Nidus Marine, that is a shipping company. They've been lying to us. Now people must go to jail. They must pay back our money. All the trillions of dollars that they have collected, they must pay it back. And that can only happen if all of us become aware. They are counting on our ignorance and they know we are ignorant. So they bring a lot of things to confuse us, to distract us. So we will not focus on the main thing. So they will now begin to sponsor Big Brother now. They will sponsor music competition. They will sponsor, they will show movies to you, Netflix. Yes, so that you'll be watching movie, you'll be watching Premiership, you'll be watching Champions League, you'll be watching comedy skit, and forget the things that are making you poor, are making life difficult for you. That's what they'll be doing now. They will go and buy over the media companies, or accept that the media companies are extremely dumb. So the media company will come and be speaking their language to us and telling us what the cabals want us to hear, that they are paying subsidy. Which subsidy? Buhari knows there's no subsidy. That's why he said who is subsidizing who. He knows. But he connived, he allowed himself to be dragged into this corruption for the past 8 years. He must answer for it now. But going forward, Nigerians, share these videos so that more Nigerians can see it. And then offline, talk to Nigerians. Tell them what you understand from what I've said. Let them understand that this is a battle that they must fight. This is a task that must be done to kick out the influence of the cabal that are stealing our money in the guise of subsidy payment. We must kick them out. This is a task that must be done. This is a task that must be done. This is a task that must be done. We'll do the live stream later. Live stream, and I'm making it a live stream because I challenge anybody who calls himself an oil and gas expert. I challenge anybody who calls himself a government official who is in charge of this so-called subsidy. I challenge the media houses. I challenge them. Let them come and disprove the things that I'm going to spill out. That's why I'm making it a live stream. So I'll do the presentation, I'll open the lines for questions, and then I'll answer them. And then if you are an oil and a gas expert and you have information and you know that what I'm saying is true, also join in. Let us dispel this. The media cannot be trusted to release this information. If they did, we will not be in this mess for so long. It is we that have to do it. So I'm calling on every Nigerian that is knowledgeable about this oil subsidy thing, that know that it is a fraud. They should come online later today by 6, 5, 6, 7. And then we'll do a live stream. I'll expose the fraud, this fraud that they call fuel subsidy. The price of fuel should not be more than, if you say you are subsidizing, then it should be less than 18 naira per liter. If you say you are subsidizing, if any NPC claims that it is subsidizing, then the price of 1 liter of fuel should be less than 18 naira per liter. It should be less than. But if they say they are subsidizing, they want to subsidize 20, okay, so they can sell it. But they're not subsidizing. They can sell it. If they subsidize 20 naira, that means they will sell it at 60 naira per liter. That's subsidy because the landing cost is 80 naira. Confirmed. So if they sell at 100 naira, they are making 20 naira. If they sell at 165, they are making 100%. They are making 80 naira. Then if they sell at 195, they are making over $100 per liter. And if you multiply that by 60, they are making 1 trillion naira of profit. These people, and the funny thing is that they are not investing this money in this country. Please share this video. I have to go now. Please share this video, and then let's keep a date later. I would sacrifice my time. I would dedicate a lot of time for this, to do it for the sake of my country. We can't continue like this. The way the things are being done, it's like there are no intelligent people in this country. Meanwhile, there are intelligent people. If you're an intelligent person, you cannot keep quiet. How can stupid people be making you that is intelligent look stupid like this by forcing this hoax, this lie called subsidy on us? And we're quiet, we're watching them. We can't keep quiet. We must speak out. NLC must know that it is not a difference. So there is no subsidy at all. For us to start any conversation, they must revert to the status quo, come back to 195. That's the best we can do for them. If they don't come back to 195, then we insist that they come back to 100 because we know that the landing cost is 80 naira. We'll talk later. They go intimidate anybody who they feel say the person they support Peter Obi, so that the person no go feel openly.
Wow. Una hear me? I no too sabi. I still need someone to come and break it further down. This whole subsidy thing. Oh, Coco Bioko. Wow. These people are just cleaning us out. They are squeezing the people out to continue to enrich themselves. So everything that they call subsidy is being a fraud. It's been a fraud. So please, I beg anybody wey know, wey get superior information about how this, because to be honest with you, I still don't know how this whole subsidy thing works. I don't. Somebody tried to explain it a while back. I saw a video, a very short clip, where somebody said, the government whether the government contracts with vendors, so the vendors will supply gas, maybe 100%, but the government will say no, give it to the people for 80, will cover your cost for 20. I still don't get it. If somebody has a superior can break it down to me like I'm a baby, please, I beg. Because me, I want to understand this whole subsidy bula balu. Hula balu. Anyway, so court matters today. So apparently there was something that happened in court today, okay, between the INEC lawyers while cross-examining a PDP witness on the 25% in Abuja. Okay, so let me share this with you guys. Oh, my people. Hey, Nigeria, Lord have mercy. Yeah? Hmm. Kene, you are in the mood of revealing. So that one is the small one that you did there. At least you're honest. At least you come out, you talk through. You no be like the ones when they where our country. When we say they go chop and they go clean out, they go say, so what are you going to do about it? Oh my God. Let me share this with all of us. Just a quick update from the tribunal today. Um, hmm. So an interesting conversation in court today was between INEC lawyers while cross-examining a PDP witness on 25% in Abuja. INEC, do you realize Atiku did not get 25% in FCT? Witness said yes. INEC, since he didn't get 25% in the FCT, do you know he can't be declared president? Witness said, but Agbado did not get 25% too, and you declared him president. So that has been making serious rounds on Twitter. People have been tweeting and retweeting, But come, oh, my people, I get one serious question to ask. Abeg, this one wey be say, as una know say the person wey dey right now, the guy wey dey right now, the Agbado guy, since he desperately need this power, una think say even when court decide say okay o, no be you, calm down, una think say this man go calm down? I just wan know. I'm not speaking from a place of fear, anything like that, but let's be very realistic about this. In that event, what happens? Because clearly there's overwhelming evidence, right? And then the court decides, yes, it is true, na Peter Obi win. How they wan take collect the thing from this guy hand? Na that one me wan understand. How e wan take work? Mr. Prince, welcome. Oh, Mr. Prince, can you hear?
How are you
Welcome.
today?
Oh, happy Monday to you.
Happy Monday. Oh. How's it going?
Good, thank you. Did you listen to the whole thing about the subsidy? Do you understand the subsidy thing?
Me, I don't understand anything subsidy. is a criminal.
Okay. So
It's a
makes two
criminal
of
thing.
us. Okay. So
And I
please,
stepped out of
anybody.
my system, so I wasn't here, so I didn't even listen to everything the guy said.
Okay, okay. He was really raising alarm about the subsidy that people should really stand up for this. So and
Hmm.
then I was talking about this whole Agbado. You know, Peter Obi has overwhelming evidence in court, and there's a likelihood that he's going to be declared the winner, right? So my question is, and I want us to talk seriously. Do you think, based on the fact that this man is so desperate to cling on to the power that he has, do you think that when they declare Peter Obi president, that this man will get sense to he go comot jejeje? I wan know, make we talk am seriously. I'm not speaking from a place of fear or anything. I just want us to be very realistic about this, because that man, he ready to kpai on top of this matter.
I don't know.
Got more stuff.
Yeah, drop them there. And, Omoye,
Yes.
please let me join you guys in a minute, okay? Let me take
No,
it.
no worries. Please
All
take
right.
your time. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'm just having a general, and I'm asking a really serious question right now. What do you guys think? What do I think? Because I dey think the matter sometimes. I go come say, because I know the evidence is overwhelming. I've heard people say, well, you can't think about it like that, but we have to. You know, we have to. We really need to. We need to look at it and really address it, front and center. There's no need for us to be saying, oh, okay, oh, one thing or the other, this one happen or this one not happen. We need to know. For me, I don't know. Okay, if it doesn't come down, Kene say if e no come down, um if it doesn't come down, he's an alien in Aso Rock and military will carry him out. He's an invader. Okay, well, welcome, Miss Top Notch. Good to have you. Happy Monday. Okay, all right. Well, we need like serious consideration on that matter, because this man, oh my God, it's almost like he has this do or buy attitude. Let us hear this thing about TUC demands review of minimum wage. I thought it was interesting that they are even talking about minimum wage, because at the rate at which they are selling this their fuel, I don't know how people can survive on the miserly salaries that we pay them.
The Trade Union Congress has presented a list of demands to the federal government in the aftermath of the petrol subsidy removal and hike in petrol price. At the end of the meeting, which ended about an hour ago between representatives of the federal government and the members of the Trade Union Congress at the presidential villa, it was revealed that the demands include a review of the minimum wage, reversal of pump price, and a tax break for some workers. While the government side acknowledged the feasibility of the demands, they stated that the demands would be presented to the president. Although not present at the meeting, the government assures that it is actively engaging with the umbrella union body, the NLC, which had recently announced a nationwide strike starting from Wednesday this week.
We convened meeting today as we promised you a few days ago after we had the initial meeting with the labor movement. We said we were going to reconvene today to keep the engagement on in order to diffuse the tension in the land as a result of the withdrawal of subsidy, which is a reality. Now, we are very happy to announce to Nigerians that this engagement has been very productive. The TUC that attended today's meeting presented a list of demands, and those demands we have studied and we are going to present to Mr. President for his consideration. But those demands, we can announce to Nigerians that a lot of the items on the list are not impracticable. What we need to do is to study the numbers very well, and then we have asked the TUC to also give us a leeway to consult, very exhaustively and come back on Tuesday, reconvene on Tuesday to actually look at the numbers, the viability, practicability of all the items that have been presented to us. Now, most important, top priority on the list, which the government is also looking at very seriously, and the president has announced before, is the issue of the minimum wage, which the labor movement has demanded as a consequence of these removal of the consequential impact of the removal of subsidy. So government is looking at that, and Mr. President is most likely going to constitute a tripartite committee. That is the committee of federal government and including the states, then the organized labor on the other part, and the private sector.
We have presented the list of our demands to them, and they received it in good faith that they will go back to their principal and come back to us on Tuesday. So we are hopeful that the demand that we have presented would it will be reviewed in the best interest of Nigerian workers and the entire Nigerian masses. The demand for a minimum wage. And we stated that for us, it is quite apt that the minimum wage today is not a living wage, as we all know. The value of the minimum wage since it was started negotiated has plummeted to a very abysmal level at today. So we demand, when you call an organ meeting, an organ takes a life of its own. So the decision of your organ is what you are expected to implement. So all of us staying here today, we are agents of NEC of TUC. So the NEC of TUC took a decision, and that decision is what.
Make una like the video because only very few likes. Please, guys, like the video and don't forget to support your hosts. Mango juice is still trending. So please take a minute to like the video, abeg. Make una like the video so that we fit carry this ministry go forward. Okay.
What we are trying to push through.
If you've been injured in a car accident, don't call an attorney. Use this AI app instead. That's what I did, and it's how I got this 100,000.
The planned industrial action scheduled for Wednesday by the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, may suffer a setback as the union appears divided, with the Southwest and Northern States chapters set to be considering pulling out of the proposed action. This Day reports that the planned action to protest against the removal of petrol subsidy has been politicized, with the Southwest and Northern States chapters mulling backing out of the plan. Although NLC has written all its 43 affiliate unions to mobilize for the scheduled industrial action, full compliance for the strike is still in doubt, as some state chapters are said to be reading political undertone to the strike, which they believe is hasty. Some of the affiliates of the NLC include the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, ASUP, Nigeria Union of Teachers, NUT, Judicial Staff Union of Nigeria, JUSUN, National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives, among others. Some of these affiliates are said to be open to more dialogue and further interface with the federal government rather than plunging the country into another round of crisis. The president of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Joe Ajero, has dismissed reports of cracks within the ranks of the labor union. There are reports that some chapters in the Southwest and Northern states are considering pulling out of Wednesday's proposed strike following internal crisis. However, Ajero, while speaking yesterday on a Rise News show This Day Live, says the union remains united and resolute.
Well, there is no discordant voice within organized labor. If there is any, you let me know. We have 36 state councils of the NLC. We have 54 affiliate unions that met on Friday. No dissenting voice. And we took a decision on this action. And every union has issued strike directives to their members. And the strike is on. For the newspapers that are saying there is a division, let them say where the division is having. The NLC does not operate Northern branch, Eastern branch, Western branch. So where is the discordant voice coming from? Let them wait till Wednesday for them to know. Part of our agreement in 2021 is the issue of the compressed natural gas as an alternative. And that one, even the then Minister of State.
Please, oh guys, Mona, continue to like. Please, like. I always forget to say this during the live, so usually sometimes the likes are very low even after the video. So I beg. I know say some of una be Agbado supporter. Mona still like it's okay, so that anytime I do video, una go come here, come listen, una will collect information, or una will go back. You understand? So Agbado people, please like. Okay, there's it's all love from here. It's all love. Now anything una choose, na as una want am, na e go be abi. So it's all love. Abeg, more una dey like the show too. So if the notification come on, una go fit come spy collect information. You know, it will be useful to you.
Petroleum silver now say that it's going to cost 90 naira per liter, and everybody was impressed. The CBN was supposed to have, if not, they have not released 250 billion naira for conversion of vehicles and power stations. Ipman, the owners of these filling stations, have donated their filling stations for the conversion to take place. And as at now, over 10,000 cars were converted in Benin alone. And we're expecting them to do this conversion for us to have alternative. If you have alternative to PMS, now why are we talking of the labor movement cannot tell you to remove or not remove subsidy? Then we have alternative. In a situation, in a sector, you have only one product and there's no alternative, and you are compelling everybody to buy at high rate. It doesn't make any sense, and will not succumb to it. So between now and the next 1 month or 2 months, if this government is serious, we can get conversion. And in your own car, you have provision, a tank for CNG, you have a provision for PMS. Anyone you want to switch over to it. And this is common. What is difficult for it than forcing everybody to buy a dictated price?
Well, there we have it. NLC President George Jarry speaking to you yesterday. Dr. Batian, welcome. Good to see you this morning. Great to have you back. Your thoughts on all the issues. So many things have happened since the last time you were here. But of course, you spoke with the NLC President who didn't show up for the dialogue with the government representatives. Your take on this?
Well, he made it clear yesterday that Joe Ajero, president of the NLC, that the NLC was not going to attend any meeting. Because at the time he was on the program, it was just about the time that the meeting was to convene at the presidential villa. And he said, look, the government has been given a minimum demand, which is to go back to where we were before the NNPC Limited announced a new price template. And that if the government is not showing good faith, then of course, NLC will not be interested in any further dialogue, other than to go out on industrial action, on strike on Wednesday, which was about 48 hours from now. And it was in the course of that I posed a question to him that, look, it looks like organized labor is divided. And he said there's nothing like division, that he had in fact met also with the president of the Trade Union Congress. But as we saw yesterday at that meeting, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the presidential villa, only the Trade Union Congress leadership showed up. But much capital has been made out of this, that maybe organized labor is divided, maybe the government is trying to use divide and rule tactics. But if you look at the demands of the Trade Union Congress, there isn't much difference between the TUC or the NLC. The TUC is also saying that there should be a reversion to the pump price of 195 naira per liter. Then they have added tax holiday for workers. They've asked for certain categories of workers. They're also demanding the new minimum wage. And on its part, civil society groups have come together with a tactical team to also get involved in the conversation. Well, it sounds like a good thing that the government is open to dialogue and is talking about a tripartite, body team that will be put together. But everyone should recall that the last time we had a tripartite group on the issue of minimum wage, new minimum wage, that tripartite team was going back and forth for more than a year. And at the end of the day, even that new minimum wage that was fixed at that time is still controversial. Many states have not even been able to pay that last increase in minimum wage, creating, problems about the whole idea of wage indexation. But while it is a good thing to see that, government is open to dialogue on this issue, well, by Wednesday, if that strike goes ahead, then we will know whether organized labor is divided or not. But the cost will also be quite high, heavy. And the people who will suffer, of course, are the long-suffering people of Nigeria. And the question that some analysts have raised is that,
can you imagine? I don't like that word that he used, long suffering of people of Nigeria. Long, what do you mean long? Is it a compliment? Long suffering, is it compliment? Una go just dey use oyibo language, una no even know say some of those words, if not almost all of them, na curses. Wetin be long suffering? Baba, what's long suffering? Couldn't you have used another word? The long suffering of Nigeria. Come on, what kind of, I don't understand though. Ha! Like, long suffering for maybe for your pockets.
which should come first? The palliatives, structures in place to ameliorate the people's hardship, or the removal of subsidy, summarily. However, the counter-argument here, as pushed by government, is that government is sitting on a debt profile of over 77 trillion. Government is owing NNPCL for the last, within the last few months, up to about 2.4 trillion. In other words, government is broke. There is no money. So, but I think in the policy-making process, what is also important is to carry the people along, to ensure ownership through consultations, negotiations, dialogue, compromises. And, maybe that is where government should have started from. And now government is, trying to go in that direction. But, the other argument, of course, is that the fuel subsidy regime is unsustainable. We've been on that argument since the Obasanjo years. And now we're still at that same spot. And there are people who hold the view, validly too, that if this subsidy had been removed in 2012, it would have been, Nigeria by now will have moved beyond it and, things will have stabilized. But now we are back to, where, we were 11 years ago. And the irony that is the same people that opposed the government in 2012 are now the ones to preside over, the tardiness, the lack of courage on the part of the various groups. But I think it's important that, we develop a sense of ownership around these major.
It's this English when people they speak for the thing they make me vex. Abemuna no vex. I want rant small. You see this English when we dey speak so. If we dey speak our language, I think it will make better sense. Then they will transcribe am to English. Because all this English, some of the words when they dey use am curse themselves in the process. Honestly. As this guy here dey talk now, e be like make sleep dey catch me. If you speak in language now, e get as people people go understand in depth wetin dey talk about, right? So if every tribe, you remember NTA that time, they get different languages when you speak that time. They go speak especially when they wan talk the news, they go talk am for the different dialects for NTA that time. Old people wey dey villages that time, they dey understand wetin dey happen. Now all these people wey dey like to speak big grammar, dey speak grammar wey no even dey dictionary, I no understand. On top say maybe they say they go school somewhere or whatever, right? If we dey speak our language, our people no go dey suffer as they take dey suffer, because a lot of the things wey dey happen na lack of understanding na im dey cause am. Some of our people wey smart, they fit no fit speak English, but they know if you speak their language to them, they go understand in depth and even more. my own take be say make we do away with this English wey dem dey speak. Honestly, make we dey speak our language. The flex, I don tell person before, the real flex, instead of you speaking grammar, the real flex na can you speak your language? That's the real flex. No dey all this press, e no get where e dey carry us. Na im dey take thief everybody resources comot for this world. Make we learn how to dey speak our language wherever we come from. Make we dey manage am like that.
Economic issue. But what we're paying for is corruption. What we're paying for is poor leadership. In fact, it is so bad now that even Amalgamated Union of app transport workers, these ride-hailing services, they are saying if their companies don't increase transport fares, they will also down tools. The National Union of Electricity Employees has promised to shut down the entire country and put all of us in a blackout. The one that I find amazing there is that the Nigerian Union of Journalists has also issued a statement that journalists will join the strike. Well, I don't see how that will work. If Nigerian Union of Journalists are going to down tools, does it mean that we won't be on television on Wednesday? And that will be quite a tall one. But
Kenny, I heard about that too. And I also heard that Twitter was shadow banning it. I heard about that protest. The thing don hot well for Senegal. Things dey happen and they no wan push am out make people no know. God, the thing is very hot. I see some of the clips for Twitter when I dey scroll through Twitter. They say everybody dey complain to Elon, the new owner, say, guy, wetin dey happen? Why you dey shadow ban these people? These people are going through a lot. They shadow ban am to the extent where na only people within their country na dey see wetin dey happen. Egba mi. Abeg, all our geniuses, abeg we create our own platform. E never reach. We get the smartest brains. We get people wey dey sabi do this thing. In fact, we get people wey be say dem dey the table when they create all these apps wey we dey use. Because we fit do one for our people. All this shadow banning, nobody know wetin dey happen for Senegal. Na me just dey scroll now say, wetin dey happen? Everywhere don scatter. Kasala don burst everywhere for Senegal. Thank you for mentioning
that is to show, the seriousness of the dilemma that Nigeria faces. And we've always said it on this program during the campaigns that, everybody wants to be president of Nigeria. Okay, what do they want to go and preside over with the huge debt that has been left behind? And of course, President Buhari has, successfully, escaped the social consequences of the removal of fuel subsidy. And the first task that the Tinubu administration has to face, as we have seen, is this removal of a subsidy. Well, it's our country. We can't give up on it. So we'll see what happens hereafter.
Well, just 3 questions I had to ask, because we've been having this conversation also the week, and rightly so, because it's topmost on the minds of a number of Nigerians, as we've seen in the last few days since the announcement of the removal of fuel subsidy, that it has impacted the lives of Nigerians. Now, fuel subsidy removal, we've said it again and again on this show, that it is the way to go. Right before this administration, during the Buhari administration, even previously, there have been arguments for it. And so just wanted to again emphasize that when we analyze or speak about it, it is not to decry the fact that it is important to remove subsidy. Organized labor agrees with that, IPMAN agrees with that, MOMAN agrees with that, the World Bank agrees with that, IMF agrees with that. So international and national organizations have come out to say it is the way to go. However, now that that has been done, it is navigating through the murky waters of ensuring that despite the removal of subsidy, there are adequate plans in place to ensure that Nigerians are able to, there's a cushion for Nigerians with regards to the impact, and that the shock of the announcement or the shock of the removal wouldn't have too much of an adverse effect. And so questions around, following the conversation with organized labor and government representatives. By the way, that also highlights the fact that the Tinubu government is yet to appoint its it appoints its ministers, appoints some of key roles to have conversations like this. And that's why I asked the question last week about the office in which Mr. Dele Alake was speaking on behalf of the federal government. In several reports, it said that he's speaking as the leader of the delegation from the government or the negotiation team. But I asked that question because it is wise for the president to appoint a spokesperson. Because at this point, one of the things we talked about to manage the expectations of Nigerians is to have an effective communication plan and to keep up the engagements, not just during meetings and closed-door dialogues, but also to come out and have a decisive stand. One of the things that the NLC president said was that one of the reasons he wouldn't show up at such a meeting, beyond the fact that some of their needs hadn't been met, was that they needed to have a substantive group speaking for the government. So the people who were coming to meet with them, in what capacity were they coming to speak on behalf of the government? Very critical. We talked about the president hitting the ground running, and of course, subsidy removal has taken up a chunk of his time. However, what we had hoped, especially because he had regularly moved during his campaign with a group of people, was that he would have appointed people into certain offices so that that is dealt with and we're able to truly deal with things properly. Now, to the questions I would like to ask. The first thing is, in the event, with this tripartite committee they're setting up, and it's instructive that it's the federal government and the state government, bearing in mind that even if there's an upward review of salaries or minimum wage, the last being in December 2019, the state governments have to be able to pay their workers. And some of the state governors are finding it challenging to pay 30,000 naira currently. Also, many have argued that this upward wage review is coming a tad bit already too late, because the food inflation and rise in inflation means that 30,000 naira in 2019, what it could purchase is not the same as now. So this wage increase ought to have happened even before fuel subsidy. And then we ask the question, what's the percentage of the wage increase? And then we ask the question, can the government afford this? Bearing in mind, again, the fact that there's limited resources, we have to pay loans, we have to pay debts, and the government is trying to manage money. How will they fund this wage increase is the question. Then brings me to the next one. In terms of we mustn't forget the $800 million loan from the World Bank. Is this going to be part of the palliatives? Is this going to be part of the support to state governors to be able to pay wages if they review the salaries upward? What is the plan for that? At this point, at least in the immediate, we should start to hear of the palliatives that the government has put in place for the most vulnerable Nigerians at this time. We've had stories sent to us. We've interviewed people from across the country who have talked about the fact that they've not been able to take their children to school. They've not been able to live properly since the announcement, and work has stopped. And then the next question is, what's the plan for small businesses? Business Day today has an article in terms of the impact of this announcement on small businesses. Don't forget that the power issue in Nigeria hasn't been sorted yet. Therefore, small businesses in Nigeria have to largely depend on generators to run their businesses. That already has shot up the cost of production. Imagine a more than about 200% increase in the price of fuel, how that impacts businesses. We've looked at how small businesses have had to close because of the unfavorable condition or environment for doing business in Nigeria. How does that impact young people or older people who have small businesses and the people that they employ in terms of job creation, in terms of unemployment numbers? These are things that we want the government to begin to address immediately. The impact of the removal of fuel subsidy, by no argument or without any argument, has been felt significantly by both the rich and the poor in Nigeria. However, as a nation, we must protect our most vulnerable, because if we do not, it would have consequences that perhaps we will not be able to handle or sort out. So we're looking forward to the next meetings to come up with decisive action or decisive decisions that have been made towards alleviating the sufferings of Nigerians.
Story English. Ayo, na English na you just speak. Now that country now you dey speak all that baby grammar. Oh, Koko Bioko, my people. The one I just see, una know say Iyabo Ojo, dey slam am for Lagos with 18 million, make I even see, 18 million naira, say in unpaid personal tax return. Don't I be like say I smell a rat there, because una know say Iyabo Ojo stand gidigba for Peter Obi, right? So they slam am. Ah God. See am. They slam, imagine o, dem dey claim, Lagos state government dey claim say dem dey give her 7 days ultimatum, make una dey hear o, to pay 18.6 million that she owes in personal income tax. Because wetin dem take the money do, first of all the tax money, dem fit show receipt of wetin dem take that money do, take people personal tax return do. They say Iyabo Ojo, the government claims, has a tax liability of 7.3 million for the year 2022 and an outstanding liability of 11.2 million. Can you imagine? These people are wicked. Then in another news, somewhere, I think I was looking through I saw somewhere where they are saying that all the lands that are owned by non-Lagosians, okay, non-Lagosians, say that they give them, they say make dem come forward, make dem come renew or something ridiculous like that, make dem pay about 10 million. I saw it somewhere briefly. I said I was going to look into it, but I didn't have the time. My people, this government is a government of malice, as in coming after people that they know are supporting Peter Obi, especially the big name ones, to kind of feel like, to put pressure on them to buck. That's what they are doing. That's exactly what they are doing. So if you are a non-Lagosian, all the people that as of you are shouting, hey, Agbado, hey, Buluba, Balabu, all of una una dey shout, una dey, e dey come for now. Shebi una think say na people now una dey do, una no know say na odumadu body, as they say where I come from. You wan do other people, you don do yourself. Now they don create something to prevent Lagosians, according to them, from selling their ancestral home in Lagos to non-indigenes of Lagos. Una dey hear? Make una read between the lines. I'm telling you, make e break am down for English. I don tire. All these things, they speak English, please speak your that's the flex. Can you speak your language? That's the flex. Don't come and flex to me and be speaking grammar and be writing episode, put comma, put semicolon. No, speak you. Let's hear you speak your mother tongue or your father tongue. Make that one be the if you want to toast me now, toast me correct. Toast me with my own language. Omo, I go consider you. What is that? They speak English. You speak the back people because you want speak English. Is it by force? Speak pidgin. One will hear. Where market, everybody dey hear. Speak am. Throw your language inside. Mix it up. I'm telling you, Yiksha, right? A country of over 200 million. We don't realize how powerful we are. We don't realize. Let me play a video for you guys. I'm glad I saved this video. I really want us to listen to it. Because sometimes when we dey talk for here, say people don't understand the power they have. These people do not have power. They don't. Now the power when you give them, neither they utilize. It is the power that you are giving them. That's what they are using. These people. Now they are afraid of you, but you don't know because they're not going to shake. They're not going to say, "Oh yes, so I'm afraid." No, they're not going to say that. That they fear you. That they fear you. Hey, I'm coming, oh. I'm coming, oh. Let's see. Every governor, everybody, speak your language, speak your native dialects. In fact, that should be one of the flex. Can you speak to the people that you want to govern in the language that they will understand? Can you speak the dialect to them? Can you come down to the villager and speak and speak the language with them? That should be a criteria before you become a governor. guys, we just keep throwing, we just keep giving these people who don't give a damn about us. They don't care. Eh? Sorry. Okay, I'm about to share it now. Hmm? I'm tired. Guys, we gotta wise up. We can't be doing the same things over and over again. We have to do things differently. Hmm? We have to do things differently, my people. Awozebo, ebibi woze, where are you school? Not let you go school. Eh? Awozebo, all the English when you don't speak, how you don't take and improve people life? I don't understand. All the English when you sabi, how you don't take impact people life? How you don't take improve people life? Eh? Awoze ebibi woze, where are you school? Not let you go school. Better if you don't know how to speak your language, better go and they get apps now. They get different YouTube channel wey go teach you how to speak your language. Go and take refresher course on your mother tongue, please. That's the real flex. All this phone, put comma. Abeg. You no even know whether the word wey you dey use now, you dey use am against yourself. Most of the origin of the word now you no know. If we say okay do you know the origin of this word now, many of us no know, we just dey talk am, we no know whether na we dey even use am take dey do ourselves bad.
Everyone's talking about the Ukraine war and Russia, but the reason African countries are hungry is because their ability to produce their food was destroyed by the right to dump by Cargill. Cargill wrote the agreement on agriculture, and then the junk food industry, the Pepsis and Cokes and Nestle's, wrote the sanitary and phytosanitary agreement and created the Codex Alimentarius to shut down healthy food and pushed the food that gave us illnesses, 75% chronic diseases. This is not a conspiracy. There is evidence that the corporations wrote the rules, then it created the billionaires. Now the billionaires rule the world. And I call them the 1%, not because they're 1%, they're just a handful. And when you ask me, what's the optimism? For me, the optimism is a pathetic group of ignorant, selfish men are not more powerful than all the people who've occupied the palace of the president in Sri Lanka, the farmers who've occupied the streets of Netherlands. People have power. We've been made to think we are inert. We've been made to think nature is inert. And all it is a colonization of our mind. The minute we become free and say, we are part of nature, we are creative, and we are powerful. Powerful in a different way. Powerful in the way of Shakti. Powerful in the way of non-violent resistance, of absolutely refusing to be colonized.
You not hear? You not understand that thing? You understand that now?
Everyone's talking about the...
Eh? You're more powerful. If people realize these people are just a few, if you count them, they not reach like 100 for one, they not reach one hand. Right? 100. If they're too many, they just hold 200 geniuses to ransom. Hey, me irú. Exactly, continuously. Eh? Are you serious? I no hear that one. Video dey where they talk am. You know where the video dey, which channel I go take see am, make I pull am up. Abeg you. I no dey watch Nigerian news o. Laye, I don't waste my time, man. Lie. Nigerian news doesn't give you jack. Only if Rufai dey talk, na only that time I dey lis ten. My brain go open, I go lis ten, and Ayo sometimes, but mostly with Rufai. The rest trash. Dump it in the trash. Exactly. But Yiksha, we should be asking, where was NSC? Where was NSC prior to the election? Where was NSC? when all this nonsense mago dey go on? Where was NLC? When we dey use naira take dey buy naira for our country, where NLC dey? Where dey dey when you need them? Oh my God, I'm telling you, it's a witch hunt against Iyabo. Exactly. It's a witch hunt because of her support. 18 million nítorí kíni? For wetin? Paywall wetin e do? 18 million, single mother, you want to finish her? Kukuma carry her whole house and business. Now what's there? What's left? These people are, I'm telling you, this government is a government of payback. First person talk say na government of mafia. Now exactly wetin dem dey do be that. They are coming after those who went against them. I'm telling you, it's personal with these people. People never understand wetin dey happen. They don't know. Meanwhile, this man is already saying if you're not a Lagosian, if you're not an indigene, they are going to review how much you should be paying. Something something to do with 10 million that they look into. And now somebody, I just saw it briefly, I don't know, I was scrolling through something, I was scrolling so fast, I wish I saved it, man. It's crazy. Ah. Can they say box of mangoes? Omo, I go chop all that mango, lick finger. I go say, so you fit speak the language? If you can't speak the language, forget that. Oh my God. It's like I'm using a real mouse. I be not they use real mouse. So that's what happens when you're using a jacked up personal computer. This computer wants this basic in papa, not be me. Too much of turanchi, no substance, my brother or my sister. You shall not know that you be man or woman. I go just take am like that. Exactly. Exactly. You know what they were saying, Nelly? I was saying that they said that they are going to keep them from. I said, which people do you want to keep? Is it the Omoniles that come from different villages to Lagos to come and become homeless people? Is that the ones you are talking about, or which ones? Because most of the homes that are there have been sold, apart from those who kept their own ancestral homes in Lagos. That people, their names are. 1 second. Someone. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. Sorry for that breaking transmission. Um, yeah, but they're not saying that. They don't care. They want to get money from people. Eh? I'm telling you, they can't. They're afraid. But what are you afraid? Guess what, dude? What's the point? They are literally like starving people to oblivion. This one and then na trek dem dey trek now, no car, you can't afford. Most people cannot even. Okay, there was a story I heard about someone who makes his a gate man, I been a gate, yeah, gate man, 4,000 na im dey make per month. Imagine that. 4,000 naira with gas now, right? 500 per litre. Please tell me how much you wan spend for transportation. What's the point of doing gate man? What's the point of it? 4K is gone now. By the time he goes transportation one way, and that's 4,000 a month to for gate man work. People wicked sha. They pay one human being, no dindi human being, and most of these people have responsibilities. You pay an open eye with good conscience, give am fourth. No. Man, no pizza delivery, oh, my people. I didn't even know who they were. I didn't even bother to open because I know they expect anybody. So the day there, the day outside, I leave them abandoned. If anything, they supposed send message, can't shout. I don't see anything. Ah, you know. Hey Lily, welcome. It's crazy, you know. It's really crazy what's going on in our country. People just do whatever they like. How can you never even enter say okay make you even stretch leg, you just put you don put problem for people, you don already give them problem make dem dey tackle. um make I play dis one for us make we laugh small. Dis people they don't know what's up yet.
Yorùbá ló kàn, 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 Yorùbá ló kàn. Abeg, where Yoruba filling station dey so that we can direct all Yorubas to the filling station to buy cheap fuel? Abi, Yoruba people suppose dey get filling station where we go dey buy cheap fuel now. Since na we dey there now, who help? Yorùbá ló kàn, who help? Gbogbo wa àjẹkún ìyà là á jẹ, àjẹkún ìyà là á jẹ. Ó mà ṣe o. Anyway, for those of you who are interested in joining my association, Trekkers Association of Nigeria, àárín àfẹ́rìn kù. I hear say bus from Ikeja to Balinde now is about 1,000. Balinde, 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 Balinde. Wọlé pẹ̀lú 1,500 well. Wọlé pẹ̀lú 1,500 well. Balinde o, Balinde o. 1,500, 1,500. Ẹ fẹ́ la. Ire o.
Hey. I'm telling you, everybody's going to shebi they say that this say now we that they do. Let me show you guys this thing. This is just ridiculous. Why Iyabo? What did she do? What did she do? Because she supported PO. This government is a government of getting back at people. What kind of nonsense is this? How can you, a single mother for that matter? Eh? This is malice. This is malicious right here. What did she do? Lagos State government has given why do you single her out? A 7 days ultimatum. Where in the world do you do that? 18.6. Where she want to get am? These people are evil. I hope the people that are supporting all the Agbado people, Agbadorians, you people should be preparing for sufferation. I don't talk am, I go come laugh here. I go come laugh una for here. 7 days ultimatum to pay 18.6 million. All of a sudden. Is this not madness? A single mother with no help from anywhere. You want her to kukuma, let her just take her business and her houses now, since that's what you people are after. You people are after her life before. Make una just kukuma collect everything wey she get now, make una rest. It's crazy. What has this woman done? All she did was make a choice, choose her own. Meanwhile, what's going on in Senegal? Does anybody know? Wetin dey happen for Senegal? Na wow. Na only when Nigerians come start to dey retweet the thing come get visibility o. Honestly, this is crazy. I've been trying to, everything is in French. I mean, I don't speak French, so I don't know. Anybody when if it translate in French? I was trying to translate this one, and I saw a few videos. They were showing a few videos of how wetin dem dey call am, how everything things just dey, everywhere just dey scatter for there. Everywhere just dey in chaos. See, look at it. thread for a better understanding of the current situation in in his country. Wow, this is crazy. Look at this. Look at this image right here. Hmm? Senegal, long considered a symbol of democracy in West Africa, is going through a major crisis. Political tensions, human rights abuses, arrest of opponents and journalists, and embezzlement of public funds are threatening the country's stability. Why Africa? 2012, Macky Sall becomes president of Senegal with 65.8% of the vote, symbolizing a peaceful democratic transition despite pre-election tensions. His victory over Abdoulaye Wade or Wade illustrates the popular will to limit presidential terms to two. Okay. In 2015, Karim Wade or Wade, son of the ex-president, was accused and convicted of corruption. Look at his face, nítorí Ọlọ́run, of corruption and embezzlement. He was pardoned in 2016 and exiled to Qatar. The rejection of his presidential candidacy in 2019 sparked controversy. This is 2016 now. Macky Sall in Siri, oh okay, I don't know. This one na French. Let me see if I can get a translation here. Wow. The guy is breaking it down, but me, I know they speak French now. Okay, we'll jump that 2016. Oh, because I know. Okay, it's here in English. It says Senegal's President Macky Sall said on Tuesday he would hold a referendum next year to reduce the presidential term to 5 years from seven. My goodness. Seeking to set an example at a time when some African leaders want to lift their term limit. Okay. In 2018, Khalifa Sall, the mayor of Dakar and an opposition politician, is arrested and sentenced on corruption charges. Despite this parliamentary immunity, he remains in prison. Excluded from the 2019 presidential election, he'll be granted amnesty after the elections in 2019. Now, wow. Macky Sall's term of office from 2012 to 2018, that's 6 years, we have seen incredible levels of slavery, hunger in rural areas, poverty is increasing exponentially, motivating clandestine immigration. 800 spy in 2020. Ah, ó mà ṣe o. Meanwhile, Macky Sall, his wife and son are handing out billions of Senegalese CFAs dollars to buy people's consciences with government money. Can you imagine this? Look at the man, he be doling out money. He dey give them money. Ah, Africa. 2019, with 58.27% of the vote, Macky Sall is re-elected for a second term. He's committed to his last term in office. The election has been marred by the exclusion of two opposition candidates, Khalifa Sall and Karim Wade, following court rulings. 2021, opposition leader Ousmane Sonko, accused of sexual assault, is arrested, sparking violent demonstrations and criticism of the fairness of the electoral process. He denounced a state plot to keep him out of the 2024 presidential election. 2022, a report by the Court of Auditors denounces alleged mismanagement and criminal offences in the management of the COVID Force Fund, suggesting conflicts of interest and breaches of the Code of Public Contracts. 2012 to 2023, Senegalese democracy is threatened by the failure of political elites, corruption, monopolization of power, and restrictions on freedoms. The independence of the judiciary, freedom of expression, and respect for human rights are at stake. Ah, God. Why? My goodness. In March 2021, 14 people died in clashes to prevent opponent Sonko from taking part in the 2024 presidential election. In the last 72 hours, at least 16 people have been died in clashes following the verdict against Osonko to be ineligible for the February 2024 election. Usman Sonko has been the subject of a series of legal proceedings which are a testament to the theory of instrumentalization of justice. For months now, Senegal has been rocked by the troubles and legal twists of Usman Sonko, the mayor of Ziguinchor. Sonko is the incumbent president's main rival in the presidential election in February 4, 2024. The belief that the social situation in Senegal is solely the fault of Osonko would be naive. Oh my God. Ah, Africa, Africa, Africa. Hey, for now, na Nigeria own we see dey drag for hand now. We never drag am finish. Eh? Eh? I don't know. My sister, they say she owe taxes. So, say Iyabo Ojo owe personal taxes. Make you see these people. President wan run for third term. Thunder go fire am. Eh? Okay, I just read am now. Quinty, thank you. I just read am too. Eh? Hi. 800 kill dem. Ask Nigeria how many dem kpai. I'm telling you. Eh? It's crazy oh. Honestly. It really is crazy. But I don't know. We need to we really need to do something. We not fit. Some I don't know. I get this conspiracy theory for my head, right? This na maybe dey talk say e be like make everybody all go back to their native language because you see this spirit when people dey speak so e be like say something dey inside when dey use am take work against where these people take dey work against themselves. I'm telling you, e be like so because I no understand a whole continent. No one wey come out for inside say okay for the people we kpai there. Only Kagame na im don fit do am. Even the Kagame sef comot still dey because dem say e be like say na authoritarian na im we dey hear. Eh? It's I no know. It's very it's somehow. Anyway, unto other things. Meanwhile, I hear say Aisha Yesufu YouTube channel dey take am oo, dey lock am. I saw it on her Twitter handle today. Dem say dem block her for YouTube channel. I say wetin dis girl do oo? For speaking the truth, e no dey abuse anybody. E dey pain dem. You understand? I saw it and I was like, what's going on? What's up with that? What did this girl do? This girl didn't do anything. They don't block. Because I was looking and said, I haven't seen Aisha's videos in a while. What's going on? What's up with that? You know? And then meanwhile, they were saying that Bode George is saying whether you want to work with, I still get respect for this Bode George. Maybe he's just being diplomatic. You know how these older people are, especially if they are from where they are, they tend to be diplomatic, you know. He might not want to really come out. I mean, he said it before that they're in court and he's waiting for the final judgment before he decides what he wants to do. So I don't know. It's crazy. Can Kene read French? Yeah. Kene, you feel read French? Okay. Please, oh, they should leave Senegal alone. Senegal used to be the most peaceful in Africa and very democratic. All of a sudden, we are hearing all these things. Why is it that African leaders don't think? I don't understand. Why? Eh? Why African leaders not they think? Why they not they think? I don't understand that, to be honest. Can somebody explain it to me? Why African leaders don't think? They only think about themselves, themselves, themselves. They steal from their own and take it outside. It's not just it's everywhere in Africa. Why do we have that problem? If somebody knows, can they explain to me? Because me, I don't. I'm tired. I've sat down and I've thought about it. I'm like, it's like someone eating their own seeds without any type of remorse. Why are they? I don't understand. Why is it so typical among the African leaders, especially? Oh, dem dey twist im statement, na no be Nigerian media, dem go twist am just to make the man to to what's it called, so that people go drag the man. I didn't bother to listen. I was going to play the interview. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I still respect the man. He's standing. I mean, he supported. He stood for the truth all this time. So I'm not even going to. I'm not even going to say anything to disrespect him. I beg the man. Try. He's an old man. He's in his 80s, getting close to 90. I beg. Biko, it's alright. The man don't try. Yeah, I saw that. Where it is success. Yes, yes, I saw that. I saw that video. I wish I think I saved it, but it's in between so many videos now. I can't even pull it up. I saved it and I said I was going to play it someday here, so that people can understand that this fight that we are fighting, when we come here and we are fighting, we are not just, it's not a joke. These people intentionally, they are doing it intentionally to keep people the way they are. It's intentional. I saw it. I saw it. Miss Topner, I did. You know? Exactly. Femi Bash, welcome. Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday. Hmm. Oh, really? Tanzania is the most peaceful African country. Oh, okay. Currently ruled by the former VP, a lady, following the sudden. Oh, wow. I think I've seen her. I think I've seen her. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's amazing. That's very good. I'm glad to hear that. Because I don't is I think women need to rule in Africa. When I say women, I'm not talking about the ones that are greedy, because we know that we've had women that have been terrible leaders in Africa. Especially if you give them small power self, the way they even do it, you'll be wondering. Women have a tendency that is some women are dubious, of course, but I don't know, the men have not done well at all. It's been one embarrassment after another. I'm sorry, with due respect to the men, eh with due respect to the men, to the decent men among us, but African leaders, mostly made up of men, they've been an embarrassment. Look at how they have eroded everything. People are poor, people can't afford to eat. Oh, so it's fake news, he never said that. Okay, I suspected, because you know how they've been taking stuff out of context, trying to create a false narrative. Since then, I've been like, no, one has to be careful when you're looking at the news, especially coming from Nigeria. They are just doing they're trying to do something, they're trying to sneak in something there to distract people. So I not care wetin dey say Bodejo do. What I know is that he speak the truth. Abeg, the man try 80 something, he's still fighting. Hey, I don't know how many people that are 80 something that will still be free, that will even remember their names. So please, exactly, dubious. We don't need those kind of people, but women with a focus that want the betterment of the society and the people who live in it. People like Okonji Iweala, I think will make an excellent president. People like that professor that did not sell out to INEC, that one will make a good president. We have them. We have people that will do well, you know, if they are given the opportunity. Unfortunately, this men, God, I beg, is nauseating from one African country to the other. The men have just goofed, embarrassment upon embarrassment. It's a shame, oh, it's a shame. Ah, it's deep rooted feeling of being incompetent, and money is believed to give them a sense of fulfillment to make up deep inadequacy they feel. Hmm. And it's deeper than that. I know it's deep rooted feeling of, yeah. I don't. And also it almost feels like they dump on their own to make themselves look good on the outside. I don't understand that. They dump on their own. They don't create anything. They don't care about their own. They just want to look good on the outside. It's crazy. Okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't even take it seriously because I don't trust these media people in Nigeria anymore. it's all about fake news for them, you know. Tell me bash. You don't smell the mouth before. Oh my god. Oh. Me, I'm going to share my link. Oh, I'm tired of talking. Make I share my link. Anybody that wants to come and explain I already have the link pinned up there. Oh. Nobody has come in. So I beg make I share my link. Anybody wey wan come in, make dem come in because I'm going to wrap this up now in a few minutes. So they will fight to the end to keep the power. They say it makes them feel good to see people suffer as long as they are doing better. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy though. It's so crazy. Eh? They'll fight to the end to keep the power. It makes them feel good to see people. So as long as they are doing, wow, my goodness. Can they bring your wife make her help us explain this French when they just speak for Senegal? Yeah? Or show am, make e explain am to you so that you go help us interpret. You speak Igbo too before uncle. Before uncle, Kene, if you not speak Igbo, na me go fair yab for here. It's very toxic there, that's true. It is very, very toxic. A lot of things needs to be reformed, absolutely. Everything, every sector really needs to be reformed. We can't keep doing this. We cannot just keep doing this at all. It's getting crazier and crazier. I'm happy with the progress in the courts, though. I have to say that I'm happy that at least they are taking the evidence that's been provided. You know, what's this? Yeah, that's been provided by Labour Party, and they are moving on with it. Oh my god. Mhm. Mm. What's up with Sheilo? Me, I don't understand this guy. I don't understand why he keeps doing this. What's up with Sheilo? Eh? Why is it now becoming a nuisance all of a sudden? I never really, I mean, I don't really know the guy that much, but all of a sudden he's just been in the news for too many unnecessary. He just keeps going back and forth about the Igbos. He's married to an Igbo woman. Abi the woman don't know saying was, he be like saying no, that man not like him wife. Oh. Hey, Egbami. How can you be married to an Igbo woman and be going after? What's up with? I don't understand that. And how do women end up with men like that, for crying out loud? Somebody that detests where you come from with so much passion. Yeah. Anyway, too. Mr. Pat, welcome. Oh.
Welcome. I mean, hi, hi, hi.
Hello. Welcome to the show. Happy Monday.
Happy day to you guys.
Happy day to you too. What do you have to say to all of this that we've been talking about? Because I was about to shut down. Nobody's coming into the panel. I'm not going to do 2 hours of talking. No, no, no.
Oh no, I wasn't. I didn't even know. I just joined. But
Oh.
the beat. I just want to say about this whole thing, like, is about time the sensitization should move from sensitizing the people or trying to sway the courts, because all the evidences can come in from nowhere and come in and they will see it, in black and white, and they'll still say what they want to say. So I think it's about time we change tactics, because people are listening to you from everywhere. The policemen are listening to you, the soldiers, the lowest of them all. Soldiers are listening, the policemen are listening. So it's about time we start directing the messages to them, because they are the force that these people are depending on to use to quell the crowd if there's any uprising. So let's start talking to the policemen. You, Oga policeman, this fight we're fighting is for you. Look at the person you are protecting. Where are his children? Where are your own children? Do you have health care? If anything happens to you now, are they going to care about you? Look at where you are living. Look at the police barrack. Look at the state of the police barrack. How is that place? Your children's school. You are not. Are you feeding the salary you are earning? Can you feed your family? Look at your status. Look at your situation. Your counterparts in other countries, they have healthcare. They live better life. So the money that you are supposed to be earning as salary, the person you are guarding, the person you are ready to take bullet for, is spending it without giving a damn about you. Think about this. We're not fighting for us, for ourselves. We're fighting for you. We're fighting for you. We're fighting for you to have a better life, better living that you deserve. So it is not a fight for us to say, oh, we want Igbo man to rule, or we want Hausa person. No, it's a fight for everybody to be comfortable in Nigeria because we have all the things in Nigeria. So we have to start in a way delivering that message to them, finding a way to sensitize them because they are listening, but because they are thinking we are fighting for either ourselves or for it. No, it's for all of us. And then they must start thinking about it. Maybe not true. Why am I even killing myself for this man? They might end up doing the revolution that we want to do themselves first. You see, because if you make them understand, they look at it. Look at my salary. I can't even buy bread. I can't even take proper transport to go and protect the person. I can't even send my children to school. But meanwhile, none of these people's children is in Nigeria here to suffer what I am suffering. Think about it. In other countries, well, I mean, in let me speak of countries that I've been to. I mean, in Thailand, in America, in UK, the police officers, their health insurance is top notch. Do you have that here? If you are shot here as a policeman, what happens? They just throw your body in the back of a truck and that is it. Do you think about that? And your wife and your family, your wife and your kids are kicked out from the barracks. Think about that. All those are all those are things you have to start thinking about and say, these people I'm fighting for, they don't deserve it. They are not worth it. They have billions in the bank account. And I'm here suffering. So the money for all of us is being held by these people. So I don't want to dampen anybody's spirit. The judges, I mean, they're not kids. They don't. I mean, they know what's going on. So all this is just, ceremony, charade. They know what's going on. This shouldn't be something that will take us 6 months, 7 months. They know what's going on. They know the truth. So they will see all the evidence. I mean, what other evidence are you going to see that Mahmoud did not see? Mahmoud saw clean and clear that this person did not win, and I declared him a winner, and that's it. The judges should now pronounce at the end of the day. If they pronounce that this person, the case is we're going to uphold the winner.
Right.
What are we going to do? Nothing still. So it's about time we change our strategy. Sensitize those people they are going to use to fight the masses. Because they also, the police people, the policemen, officers, are also members of the masses. They are suffering the same way we are suffering.
Even
Only those
the
politicians.
military, the soldiers too.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. The soldiers, the low office, not the top brass. The low officers are suffering. They are sent out there to fight war, not well equipped. The police officers are not well equipped. Are you happy you are collecting 10 naira, 20 naira from people driving on? No.
And their families are not being taken care of.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The family go to hospital, they pay the same bill every other person pays. There's no health insurance for them. Those are things they should be seeing it from that angle to know that this battle is not just for not for them, it's for all of us. And by the time you start sensitizing them there, trust me, somebody will sink in this message and say, oh boy, now through this people they talk, we got to do something. Either we drop our guns or we use it. I don't want to say how you want to use it, but complete the sentence.
Exactly. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Because those people, they need to also know that this fight is for all of us. It's not just for a group of people. It's not for a particular sect of people. The fight is for everyone to live a good life, to have a decent life, for crying out loud. If their children fall ill now, can they afford to pay the hospital bill? When they get to the hospital, they tell them put money down first. You don't have money, sorry, too bad. Is that the kind of,
Exactly.
is that the kind of life? I mean, look at their barracks, horrible. Even animal self no fit live for there.
They say that. So those are things they should be seeing. See where they live. The person I'm guiding has a mansion, guest house, boys' quarter, all massive, massive, massive. And look at where I'm living. What is he doing that I'm not doing? And I'm here suffering, protecting him. I'm not. Is it when he gives you when they give them 20,000 naira, they say rank a day, okay, 20,000 naira that cannot even buy you 15-liter jerrycan, I mean fuel now. So they have to wake up. We have tried it. They have to wake up. There are some people among them that will, let me use the word, I don't want to use that word, but if I use that word, it becomes too direct. That want to take things into their own hands and say, no, enough is enough. At least if I'm going to die, let me die for something. So we let's not start separate. Let's start. I know they listen a lot. I know there are people who are listening there, who are listening to what is it that they are saying. And then when you start directing these messages towards them and say, it is for you, for your children. Because if you don't get your children out of this cycle, they're still going to be in the same cycle and nothing good is going to come out of it. Meanwhile, the people you are protecting, if they so love this country that they say they're doing something for, why are their children not here?
Exactly. You should be asking those
If they
pertinent
are
questions.
saying we want to fix that we are doing things in this country to, then so let your children be here.
Exactly.
And there's one thing that people should understand, that these people, these politicians, they cannot live outside of Nigeria. They
They
cannot.
can't.
Because if they go to start with, if they go to America or London or wherever and park their private jets at the airport, you know how much that is going to cost them? That's number one. Number two, that enjoyment of siren moving around, they won't get it here. They'll just become ordinary citizens. They'll go to the same Walmart you go to. They'll go to the same ShopRite you go to. And that is what they don't want.
Yes.
So they always want to come back to the Nigeria
Where they will
and
be watching.
intimidate. So the thing there is, the earlier we all understand this, the better. The policeman guiding him, say, Oga, if you like this country, if you say they do better thing for this country that much, why your children no day here?
Exactly.
Why your children there America? Why your children there London?
Exactly.
I mean, if it's good enough for me to stay, that means it should be good enough for your children to stay here.
Exactly.
So for the children not to be here, that means there is something that is missing.
Exactly.
So you should work that puzzle. And I don't know how much is he going to give you. I mean, there's no way this man will come out and give you 10 million naira. No way.
Lie.
No
Never.
way. I mean, the only thing you should just look at is the mirror. Look at the mirror, look at your environment, look at the barracks where you are living, and then go and look at where you are guiding this man. And then hear how much these people are taking away, cutting away.
Even on top of that, they don't even provide you equipment for safety as you're even guiding them. You don't have the necessary equipment for safety. You don't.
There are
They
questions that
leave you are the elements can deal with you. If anything wants to happen, it comes to you first. Why?
there are
Is your
questions
life
that we
not
should.
Go
There are
ahead.
a whole lot of questions that we should ask ourselves back here in Nigeria. We should ask ourselves so many questions. So many questions. Questions that are staring right in front of us. Sorry to divert a little bit. We have pastors. Pastors have bodyguard. Pastors wear bulletproof, are driving bulletproof car. But you are preaching to me to be good to go to heaven. Why
Thank
don't you want to go to heaven?
Thank you.
Heaven, they forbid you.
Why are you so protective? Why are you protecting yourself so
I
much that you
don't
don't
get
want to
it.
go to the same heaven?
People should understand You say God, heaven is flowing with milk and honey. People should be in a hurry to go there. I should be the one even say, kill me, let me go there. You, a pastor, telling your congregation, hey, people, be good so that you go to heaven. Give me this so that you go to heaven. What are you doing here?
Thank you. If the heaven is so sweet, what are you doing here?
And these are questions we should be asking. And nobody's even asking all these questions. Nobody should be asking
We talked
questions.
about this 2 lives or so ago. We talked about this whole Christianity thing. Like, yeah, all these people that are, they preach to you. They will tell you, give me this, so, be good. When you do all these things, heaven is waiting for you. Why are they not in a hurry to go to the same heaven?
This same thing goes to the Muslims, the people that are saying jihad,
Yeah.
jihad. Why are you blowing yourself up? They'll give you 70 virgins. You know one virgin, go first. This don't question. You are here, great up hair with white hair, and everything. You are still here. You don't like virgin, go and take the 70 virgins. The same thing goes for everybody. But the Christians are just taking money from people, not helping them out. Not helping them out. All the churches that have private jets, Nigerians are dying in different countries. Why are they not saying, let me take my jet there to go and help out? Nobody's asking them all these questions. Next thing
Exactly.
they'll say, oh, you cannot ask
Touch
the man
not
of God.
my
You cannot
prophet.
ask man of God question. Man,
Mhm.
go F yourself, man.
That's true.
Go F yourself. And you're
No
telling me,
lies told.
man, there's so many things in Nigeria. Now fuel has increased. Policeman should be asking himself, Oga, does fuel not increase? So are you gonna nothing? You are still in the same bucket with myself, and you are still in the same bucket. But those people don't even know whether there's fuel increase or not. No, they
Or
don't
not.
know.
They get free fuel that they deliver to them for house. They know they pay a dime.
I
Then
mean,
they store am for them.
the fight should be different now. We should be either the fight should be let's direct our messages to them, police officers on the streets, police officers, I mean soldiers in the barrack. The fight is for all of us, for your children. Look at your children every day. Look at the kind of food you put on the table for your children. Look at where you are living. Look at where you are living. If your child falls down now, can you call an ambulance and say, emergency, come and pick up my child? Hell no.
Oh yeah.
Those are things you have
You
to
have
look at.
children, you can't even care for them. You can't.
If you go to hospital, you're going to be on. Just look at all those are things you have to look at. And then if you grow older, at a point, they'll take the gun away from you. Okay, you don't old. What are you going to get? Any retirement, any benefits? None.
Exactly.
Nothing. None of all this. These are things that are supposed to provoke these people, provoke the soldiers, provoke the policemen, not us. There was a story I heard. I don't know if it's true, but there was a man that was protecting one of these rich, whatever, in some other country. The rich man had so much money giving his girlfriends, but refused to pay his bodyguard. He refused to pay his bodyguard. He kept on owing the bodyguard, but he was giving the girlfriend's money. The bodyguard was forced to
By
use
the
the
man,
tool.
right? Mhm.
Yeah.
I think I read about it. I think that happened a couple of years back or so. I think so. It was a story that was one time it was all over.
I
Yeah,
mean, because
he wasn't paying the. Can you imagine how wicked and evil can one be? Eh?
so if people can be sensitized, start making posters, pasting it outside. Police, we are fighting for you. Look at your
Exactly.
situation. So that when they go out, they'll be reading these messages everywhere. They'll be seeing these messages, they'll be hearing it. If they start hearing these messages, seeing it everywhere on posters, hearing on every media, on the people they are protecting will start getting worried. They'll start
You
panicking.
know, that's a great. You know what you just brought up is actually
The
very, very,
people, the
very.
people that they are protecting will start getting worried that one of these they'll start trying to shut every media down. They'll start trying to shut people like you, people like other people, other platforms. They'll start because this is getting into this people's head because it will get to one person and change the person. People like because those people that they are protecting, the judges, the governors, they will start getting worried. Ah, man, this message is getting too much. Oh. They'll start paying those people from their money extra. First, that's part one. But for how long will you keep paying them? You know? it's gonna just provoke something. So we should all have a different strategy because the first one didn't work. Fine. If you're depending 100% on the judges, well, I want to believe that, but we should have different way of sending our messages. I know they are listening. I know they are hearing right now. You know, I even said I was going to come to you and apologize to you. I spoke to some APC guy one time and I almost blew myself up. They could be frustrating.
You even tried. How do you remember?
The
Yes,
question,
you said that, oh, when we get time we should talk to them, we should do this. I said these people are beyond redemption. You cannot, nothing gets through.
there,
Okay, so you experienced it now.
there was somebody I spoke with and I asked, if you are so confident that this man is going to do something, are you sure? Because he is in America, the person is in America. I said you should pack your load and start heading back to Nigeria.
Oh yeah, don't go.
So you see, some people are just supporting Tinubu not because they know that he's not because they know, not because they think he will do anything, but just because of that tribalism.
Oh yeah, it's a tribalism. That's why.
So
Nothing else.
just because he's Yoruba, I mean
Yeah,
that
that's
is
it.
come on.
That's it.
We should be gone past that now.
That's it. Because to them, it's more about, yes, our own son is there, our person is there, even if they are not getting any direct, what's it called, favors, or they're not doing it for them. They're doing it just for tribe. On TikTok, you need to see some TikTok videos. They were celebrating. They even do videos. Yeah, our
Because
Omo wa ló wà ńbẹ̀, our brother is
but
the one
the
there, our
question I
son is
asked
the one
him,
there.
because I was listening to them, the question I said, I know you are in America. That America where you are not even treated as a first class citizen.
At
So
all.
now that you said you love Tinubu, why don't you pack your load and go back to Nigeria where you are a first class citizen? But you won't, because you're lying to yourself. You won't do that. I mean, most people, 90% of people in other countries, in London, America, everywhere, nobody is 100% happy to be out there. People want to be
None.
home. If you were not born in those countries, right? Even people that were born there, even people that are born there are still treated as second-class citizens. So
Oh yeah.
you just came over. Come on.
You just think you can just come in and take over anything. No, but it's, everything you're saying is true. Everything you're saying is, because the truth is that we need to start saying, last time I did a live, I was, we're talking about the tribal issues that we have. We need to start speaking the truth to power. All this one of sweeping stuff under the carpet, it hasn't gotten us anywhere. Matter of fact, it has worsened, you know. And someone came in and I was like, oh, you people are saying one that. I said, guess what though? It's obvious to everybody, even a blind can see. People are not here. Say this is the situation in Nigeria. You guys have, and you've thrown the rest of the tribes under the carpet. You don't care. You don't care. And I'm not generalizing. It's not, of course it's not, it can't be everybody. We know this, right? But if you know something is persistent with a particular group of people, shouldn't you, if you hate it so much, if you don't want a part of it so badly, you should actively be calling it out before anybody else does. You should actively be participating in ensuring that you're adding your voice and calling out the poison. you know I totally agree with this, your approach about us talking to the force people, the police, the soldiers. Everyone needs to be on this table, because
Yep.
none of them is buying gas cheaper anywhere.
Yep.
None
Yep.
of them. Then some of them don't even get motor.
Yep.
Some of them don't even get okada na keke na pep.
There's a very good question I would like to ask if I have a police officer or a soldier. If there's a very good question I would like to ask. The question is, Oga, if your pikin is sick now and you carry that your pikin run go your Oga house where you dey protect, I say, Oga, make I put this pikin for your bed. Will he agree?
So,
Will he agree? That means to show you that you are not even worthy.
mm-mm.
You are not worthy to even be anything. All you deserve is just be outside, guide him.
Yeah. and
That's us all.
be wishing that, oh, you could have this, so they can oppress you. They want you to be oppressed. They want you to remain there so that they can continuously oppress you.
And to the APC guys, I said, what are we talking about? What we are all looking for is somebody who will make Nigeria to be as good as those countries that you run to.
Exactly.
That is us all we are looking for. I don't care if it's Hausa man, Bidi man, whatever. Somebody who will genuinely come and make Nigeria to be like those countries that you are running to, so that you will come back home and be treated like a king in your own land. But rather, you want to be in America where you are not even a first class one. I mean, you're not even a first class or second class citizen there. You cannot even talk to the policeman anyhow there, unless they will shoot you.
Of course, they will use metal on you sharply. They waste
So
time.
why would you want to sit down there and take insult? Rather, let us all build Nigeria together. There's somebody who is willing to sacrifice and build Nigeria. You people don't want to give him a chance.
Mm-mm. You don't want to, because of your selfishness, because of your tribal sentiment, your religious sentiment, religion that you don't even practice. Most of those people, these people don't practice that religion. They don't. They use it against the people. They don't. They are not. They do not practice the religion that they claim to. A borrowed one, for that matter. They don't care. They don't care. I mean, you're right. We need to keep getting the word out to the police, to the soldiers. Like, this country is for you and I. If we have peace, you have peace. If we have peace, you have peace. Why won't you want your people to be in peace? You go and fight for other people's countries to keep the society or the country stable. Why won't you want to do the same for your own? You don't buy
Exactly.
gas cheaper. We buy gas the same price. If you enter transport now, in fact, if you're saying as working society, as a first person, you're not supposed to pay at all if you enter any transportation. It's supposed to be free, because you're serving the nation. You're sacrificing. So people go, they give you go get privileges when you not go come to any other person.
And then some people will come and tell you, oh, it's a gradual process. What gradual process? Look at Dubai was built just in 20 years or less.
Less.
Dubai was built in 20. So what are we doing in what is it that we are doing gradually? There are some questions that I like to ask people. I saw people going out banging on the ground. God, come and do this. God. You people should leave God alone. People should leave God alone. If your children call you the way we call God, you go don't vex now. I mean, at some point we should realize that, look, we pray and pray and pray. If we don't move, nothing is gonna happen.
Nothing.
Nothing is gonna happen.
Nothing.
Now, so God hate Nigeria. Look at China.
No.
China, if you carry Bible, you are going to jail. In China, you carry Bible, you are going to jail.
Now underground that they do now for China.
Okay, but China is
You want to
progressing.
carry your food chest, come out with your Bible. For
China is progressing. In Saudi Arabia, I heard there is no church there.
So no, there is a church. There's church. There's a church, Catholic church. They have churches there, but it's not. Say not plenty. They aren't plenty like the one they added to the plenty for Nigeria.
Is Christianity the major religion there?
For where?
No. In Saudi? No. Saudi, those are Muslim. Talking about Saudi?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to let you. I'm trying to let you know.
Or just giving us a picture. Okay.
So I'm just trying to say, if you in Nigeria, the 2 streets away from me, in one building alone, they have 3 different churches. 3 different. I'm not saying the street as a whole.
3
just
is even
one building.
small. You never see.
I saw a picture. I saw a picture the other day. It was like a 3-story building. It was like 7 churches in there.
Yes.
Can I make a few contributions quick?
Please. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to drop out very soon, but before you, my final message, which Omoye has just echoed, my final message is we should not put all our eggs in one basket by saying that we should depend on the judges, that the evidence is going to knock them out. No, the evidence has always been there. They know they're not kids, so the evidence has always been there. So they can finish and pronounce, I uphold the. So what I'm saying is, at this point, we should start sensitizing the soldiers, the police officers, making them understand that this fight is not for just me or Moye. No, it's for them, for their children. They should look at where they are living, look at their life. Okay? So that's my submission. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pat. I hope you're not leaving us soon.
Okay, I'm hanging
Yeah,
on.
I hope you'll chill here in the background for a while so we can go round and then, we can come in when it comes back to your turn. Mr. Des, you can go ahead now. Welcome. Happy Monday to you.
Happy Monday, Moye. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. My brother, thank you. You're fighting with us. Your labor of
Yes.
love will never be in vain. Eh?
Amen.
Thank you
Amen.
so
Amen.
much for being with us, oh, my brother, from another mother. We
Amen.
appreciate
Amen.
you. Yeah,
Yeah, we are in this together. We are in this together. We just
absolutely.
want to see Africa great again, Nigeria great again,
Yeah.
because Nigeria is like the hub of Africa. So if the head is not straight, no part of your body is gonna be okay. So the head need to be okay. Nigeria is there as the head of Africa.
Yeah.
So we are here fighting with you guys. Okay, so let me make few contributions. My brother that was here a few moments ago, you know, all what my thoughts were, I was thinking that let me come on the show and speak about. He already mentioned everything, everything. I got a question. Yes. Um, my question is, when when are we going? When are we going to see Joe Biden or the King of England go to Africa for medical checkup? When?
Next week. Next week.
Don't worry. We have Wakanda. They will go to Wakanda.
Why can't we have the biggest the most sophisticated hospitals in Africa? Why? In Nigeria? Why? Why do our
Can I
leaders have
can,
to fly
can I answer
overseas
can I answer
for
can I answer that
medical?
question?
Yeah, you can go on, sir.
Yeah. The one of the major problem is we do not believe in ourselves. Now, as much as I hate Abasha, there are some positive side to that guy. If you look back to his history, my uncle was very close to him. I always say this. I don't want to mention his name. Now, there are some positive side to that guy because even though he did some awful stuff, this was a guy that believed in Africa. The guy that believed that we can solve our problems by our own selves, just like Gaddafi did, but they took him off. Now we always aggravate towards the West or even towards whatever a white man builds because we think our own stuff is not good enough. We have this mindset of our things are not good enough. That's the reason why we always abandon things. Now I was watching the press briefing that Tinubu had with the service chiefs. When the service chiefs were leaving the Aso Villa compound, these guys were living in Toyota Jeep. And I asked myself, what happened to Innocent Motors? Why is the Nigerian government using Toyota?
Huh? No, man, I'm joking. Relaxing. Having my break time.
So now this is one of the issues now that they are trying to fight Obi after, because if Obi is the president, I don't think we will be using those kind of vehicles. He would like to see a situation where our vehicles are built in Nigeria, they are made in Nigeria, they are sold in Nigeria, and they can even be exported to other countries. He would like to see a situation whereby we develop our own things by ourselves. Now, I think I was on a platform. I don't know if it was Niger Watch. A guy said something about Phillips Emegwale and Bennett Omalu, the guy who discovered chronic, I believe it was a chronic encephalopathy in terms of football players having this concussion thing. And then I asked him, where did he train? He went to medical school in Nigeria. He trained in Washington, and then he went to New York for residency. Now you can see that if Nigerians are placed in the right condition, in the right environment, we thrive. It's not that we are dumb. We can do great things. We just don't have the right environment. And because our leaders do not believe in our things anymore, they believe whatever comes from the West is better than what we have. And therefore, they do not have the intention to make sure we succeed. They do not have the intention to invest in our own people and our own selves. That's the reason why they think whatever comes out of our country is fake. So therefore, there's no point of investing it. We'd rather go to the West because it's easily available. Hospitals are easily available. Cars are easily available. Why not just go get their things from there and forget about what we have at home? So we have a big problem until we have a nationalist, somebody who actually believed in ourselves, who believed in our country. We are not going anywhere. That's the reason why I think we have that problem. I don't know if I answered that question.
Yes, yes, you did. Yes, you did. Again, all what you've mentioned is spot on. Is spot on. And today I was doing some research and I came across something that amazes me that I never thought um that particular infrastructure development was in Africa. In Botswana, they have a hub, like a technology hub, which cost $60 million. $60 million to build everything. They produce phones, laptop, refrigerator in there. $60 million. So I asked one of my friends from Ghana. I'm like, it too is like concerned about this Nigeria thing, what's going on. I'm like, 2 weeks ago, or a week or two, let me say 2 weeks ago, Boo Boo credited $800 million. How many of those that the 60 million can come out of that $800 million? And what can the $800 million do? What type of infrastructure development can that 800 million do for the people of Nigeria? You see, the mismanagement of our African leaders is worsening. I don't think it's getting better anytime soon. That's why in the comment section I asked, why can't we have Dubai? Why can't we have Paris? Why can't we have Silicon Valley? Why can't we have Hollywood in in Nigeria or in Africa in general? Why can't we have them? Better medical facility. You pay your military well, your police, pay them well. I think as a people, that's why I said the whole system needs to be overhauled, needs to be reformed from the ground up, everything. Because it will be like a reoccurrence, and it's who knows who. That's how it will continue. Like now BAT is there. It's gonna find someone. It can it can attach their next. That person will find someone else. So it's like a cycle, and it's not gonna get better at all. So I don't know. I can advise. I know a lot of people have been saying, let people come out to do their protests and stuff. But are those policemen and military officers, are they for the people or are they against the people? I know we all seen pictures, we've seen videos about what's going on in Senegal. the military people, like, they are working with the citizens because they get paid by taxpayers' money. It's not about no politicians. All the politicians are broke. When you talk about rich entrepreneurs, rich people, no, they are not politicians. People that got their money from products or initiatives we started from nowhere. Those are rich. All politicians, they're all broke. Their source of wealth is from embezzlement. So I think this fight, we just have to continue. And, you know, it was a good day today in the court because I think the the witness, I think the witness was top of his game because the question he responds to, the judges might have took some notes on it. So Amoye, let's continue to
Yeah,
pray.
this is,
Let's
yeah,
continue to pray. Let's continue to fight. God gave
yeah,
us all the strength. It
yeah,
depends on us to go and accomplish it.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So I yield here for now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Des. I appreciate you. No, you're right. That's why I personally I don't there's nothing in me that wants to give up because I feel like we have to carry this forward. We can't just stop. We have to keep doing this. And to what Mr. Pat said, and it's so important. If we can take this message, for those of us that are on Twitter, if you can hashtag, we are fighting for the police, we're fighting for the army. If we can do something that's going to draw their attention, because I don't think that a lot of what's going on has to do with ignorance of the people on ground. They don't understand. They've not, when somebody is hungry, they don't have time to think about major things, transformational things. So, they don't, for some reason, the system keeps them down. So we need to find a way to get their attention, maybe to hashtag it, or maybe have like a space on Twitter where they can come and talk, where they are protected or something like that. Because the truth is, when anything happens to them, it is the citizens that come together and put money together to take care of them, for the ones that they know about. So yeah, we
Look,
have to keep fighting, no giving up here. We go nowhere now. Here we do.
I,
When I
I,
dey
I,
see my principal,
I guess it's hunger, you know. When all
yeah,
the
Mr. One Love, it's your turn to talk. So yeah, you can continue.
when all the service chiefs when they're all hungry, you know, look at when they went to visit Tinubu for the meeting they had. I saw all
Exactly.
these guys. In my mind, I just like, are these the ones that are going to stand with the citizens? Look at all these hungry guys, you know. The guy probably will just give them each $100 million, and the case is closed. That's
That's
that's the
it.
thing that scares me about these people because everybody is hungry in the land. You know, we don't have a robust agricultural system. You know, people are dying. I mean, sorry, I don't want to use that word. People are struggling
Bye.
every day. People are struggling every day to eat just a 3 square meal a day. So anybody that gets money, they roll around with anybody that can pay more. You know, that's the way I view these service chiefs, because by now I don't see any reason why they would let even this swearing in happen. And on May 29th, the Chief Justice of Nigeria committed a criminal act
Yep.
because what he did was criminal. You are the Chief Justice of Nigeria. You are the one who is to make sure there is a supreme order in the land, that the laws are pretty much adhered to. What you did, there's a conflict with what just happened in terms of our election. There's a dispute in the court. It's yet to be resolved, but you went ahead and sworn in a guy because an INEC declared him the winner of the election. You went ahead and sworn in him when the court has not yet resolved that case. So I think what happened on May 29 is a political coup just like we have a military coup around the world. But now, people have not yet realized what a political coup is. They just think like, well, that can never happen. But we're beginning to see that in Africa, and I believe Nigeria is the leading object of that process right now. The process of whereby you come out as a political party, you took the power by any means necessary. You know, like what he said, you grab it, you run with it, and you disappear with it. I don't know whatever Balablu was trying to do. You know, so now I want to ask the people that voted for him, why don't you go to the fuel station and grab the fuel, run with it, and disappear with it with $650 per liter? You know, so now you begin to see that these guys are even the victims of the situation because they are hungry. Politicians have weaponized hungry around the land. Around the land, we have thousands and thousands of hectares around the country. They are not being harvested. You know, we don't have food. Our children go to school hungry, malnutrition all over the place. And Obi was the only one that was talking about all these basic problems. These guys, all they care about is to just go there, share money, go to the National Assembly. They laugh. They after they finish eating suya, they will be sleeping, and they will all before you know it, yeah, yeah, nay, nay, and they all go home. This is what we've been getting over the years, on and off, every single 4 years. This is what we get. At the end of the day, Nigeria is just retrogressing. We are not making any single progress. So for me, I believe until we all stand up against these people, that enough is enough. They ought to go. Whether you like it or not, it's not about being political correct. It's not about being scared or afraid. I believe the reason why they didn't want Obi to be there because it's an Idoma. Simple. Anybody can counter me, but for me, with all that I have seen so far, they don't want this guy to be
Well, can I
president
can I can
because
I add to that?
he's from the southeast. Simple. You know?
Can
Yeah,
I
go
add to
ahead.
that?
Sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I want to differ a little bit. I know, yeah, I know it's surrounds tribalism. For me, I'm thinking more of their establishments because pure go wreck establishments. They're gonna bring some major reforms. That's what I'm thinking. That's why they don't want him at the helm of affairs.
Oh yeah, they are definitely scared through that because once he gets there, all of these nonsense are going to stop. The money they steal every time, they are not going to be able to do that anymore. You know, I saw what's his name, this former governor of Edo State, I believe, Adams Oshomole. He was like, oh, we can't maintain this subsidy because there's no money. I was scratching my head like, come on, you as a senator, you are probably earning more than $200 million every quarters or whatever it is, and you are telling us there's no money. Why can't we cut down the cost of governance? You know, people are lavishing on the street, hungry, and you are telling us we don't have the money to subsidize. Even here in the US, they subsidize fossil, even down to fossil fuels, not even ordinary petrol that we put in our car. They subsidize, the government subsidize fossil fuels now. Not to talk of crude oil and gas. I don't think there's any country in the world that don't. Obi said he's going to take off subsidy, but he's not just going to wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning on May 29th and say subsidy is gone. Come on, is that how you're going to deal with more than 200 and something million people without having any provisions in place for them? And now you ask me, what are they going to do with the money that's supposed to go to subsidy? No, nothing, because they are waiting to share those money. That's basically what they are waiting for right now. Are they going to use that money to improve healthcare? No. Roads? No. Water? No. School system? No. They are just willing to share that money. That's the reason why they are taking the subsidy off. Nothing else. You know? So if he doesn't get this mandate back, the only solution I believe, if we cannot rise up against these people to get our country in shape, we all rather just go our separate ways. Let's have our own different countries.
Oh, my friend, sorry to interrupt you. I'm so sorry. I'm sure I've derailed your train of thought. But everybody rise up. We've tried that. It didn't work. Everybody rise up. It didn't work. That's why what I said earlier to Omar when I jumped in was, now you change your strategy. Because it looks like everybody's not going to come together because they know how to, they know how to disperse us. If we are 10 people here together now, say let's rise up, they're going to give two
Yeah.
people money, and two people will take it.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
now the
I
message
feel like it's
now,
because we don't have the unity. That's the reason why
so
they
the
can do that.
message now is to let the people who, what are they going to use? What are they using to disperse us? The force, the police, the local, the low ranked officers. That's what they're going to use. Those are the people that are holding the guns. Now you have to now mirror those people and show them the mirror. Say, look at your life. By the time you start messaging, putting that message every day, it will start getting to them. And once they start hearing that message about their own life, about the way they are living, about them not having health care, about them living in a bar that is not fit for human to live in, about their children not having good education, about them their children not having good health care, even about them not being able to put aggregate bread on their table. By the time they start hearing that message and start realizing, oh boy, not true. It's a fact. Then once that message starts sinking in, out of 50 people that message gets to, at least three myself might either drop their weapon or you fill in the blank. And that by that message getting to them and they start thinking, the people they are protecting will start getting worried. Will start getting worried because one of them might be a lunatic and act on it. So if we are waiting for all of us to rise at the same time, I think we're too comfortable to do that. Sorry for the interruption, my brother.
No, you're okay. But my only fear is when you look at those service chiefs, if he by now, if he probably gave them some money, do you think, their subject will be able to rise up against them? Because I don't know.
You see, that is why I'm not talking about the service chiefs. Those are the top brass. I'm talking about
Right.
the low ranked one because
The
they
rank
are
and
looking at
file, right?
themselves.
Right.
The corporal for police, the ordinary sergeant for police, for army,
Right.
they are looking at their life. What am I going to do? I mean, I'm under the rain. I'm not well equipped to go to anywhere. If nothing. Meanwhile, the person I'm protecting, right? The person I'm protecting can buy a state over and over. Why am I
Right.
like this? Why am I protecting this MF? And I know how this MF got the money.
Right.
So why am I risking my life for this man while his own children? Where are his own children or her own children? Where are they? Because the message the politicians are telling you is that we are trying to make Nigeria to be very, very good. That's very good message. Then why are your children not here? Your children should be here because you're making
Should
it
be
very
here.
good.
Right.
So your children should be here.
Yeah. I think you're right. That for me, I feel like that. Yeah, I think that's because, like you said, we pretty much try to come together, and they always try to, infiltrate and make sure it doesn't happen. So if we can actually get that message across to these guys in the force, I think it will go a long way. You know.
Yeah, it starts with, I mean, whoever has like on Twitter, they're very good at doing spaces. I think that they need to do spaces, and even on the ground conversation with them. When you find anyone on the ground, like talking to them, asking them, like, kind of helping them understand what this fight is all about. you know it's going to, I think it's going to be helpful. Somebody mentioned, like, what was NSAS. NSAS wasn't, they didn't, I don't think they discussed helping those people. Yes, when they saw them coming around, they helped them, right? They would help them and stuff like that, but there wasn't any strategy with regards to that. So yeah, and also there's that part of, what if they pay up? They pay them so that they would sabotage whatever it is.
How many will you pay? That's the thing.
How many will you pay? Yeah, that's the thing.
We have about, let's say we have about 200,000 or 300,000 police men. How many will you pay? If you pay 50,000, what about the other ones? So, I mean, The police officer shouldn't be extorting.
I kind of have one question for you guys, so because sorry if I'm jumping in. The issue of this subsidy, I try to do three things at the same time, but I'm listening anyway. And you guys were saying something of subsidy was a terrible thing, mistake. He didn't have plan. He did that. But I don't know why we all forget totally that P2B make that announcement from the beginning. What's it?
Mr. Prince, you are like, wait, I don't know which side you dey. I think you are at the beginning of, we have moved past that.
No, no, no. We
Okay.
just passed it. But that's a very important question. I want to know why, if P2B says that if he agrees to do remove subsidy on his first day from the office, which is exactly what he used in the first day, what's different than what this man just did? Even though they are Gbado, what's different from what he did?
When Peter Obi said he was going to remove subsidy, he had plans on how he was going to go about it.
On
He
the
wasn't
first day.
just going to he wasn't just going to remove the subsidy and leave the people stranded like these people have done. That's not what that was not. Yes, Peter Obi said yes, he was going to remove subsidy, absolutely. And he gave reasons for it, which made sense. He said subsidy was a fraud. And then he now explained how he was going to go about it to cushion the blow on the citizens. But these people just went in head first, no plan, nothing, removed it. The man just talk and blot am out for inauguration. All the marketers ran with it.
To
So
add, sorry, to
go
add to
ahead.
what
Go ahead. Yeah.
To add to what Omar is saying is just even if you are going to remove the subsidy, as he said, I mean, you should have conversation. Even if you're going to remove it on the first day after your inauguration, you call meeting, and then after having the meeting, people have come to a conclusion with the people that are that can handle this, and you now say, okay, this is what's about to happen. They still have some things that they still have. What's it called? The ones that they have paid for till, according to them, till June. And
Yeah, they said they had one that would last them to June. Yeah.
you just yanked this thing off everybody. I mean, right under your feet. We yank it out like that. It's just like you coming to tell somebody that, oh, something terrible has happened to you. There's a way you drop the message gradually. It will still take you. The message is still go. I mean, nobody's saying that it's not going to have a hard blow, but there's a different. There's a soccer punch and a hard blow. There's a difference. This one is a sucker punch. This one is almost like a knockout. Now to buy a 15-liter jerry can now, you should be spending about 25 to 30,000 naira. How many people can afford that?
Mr. Tap, your audio. Oh, okay.
So how many people can afford that? And you know this thing is a domino effect. As once this one happens, every other thing, bread, egg, everything. But the only one thing that does not affect is your salary. It doesn't get to that salary. That one won't increase.
That's true. Let me come to Mama H.O. Mama H.O., are you there with us? Okay, maybe she's not there yet at the moment. Mr. Desmond, were you done with your question?
Yes, my dear. That's just one thing because I feel like it's gonna be a little bit difficult. You know, if Peter B says something, I picked so many words from what he said. When things like this fuel subsidy, like whatever that is happening, people threaten this or that. What are we expecting? It's 100% expected. If anybody say I'm not expecting it to happen that way, even if it's Peter, even if it's anybody that removes subsidy today, it's definitely going to happen. Nigeria don't have any reserve.
Yeah, but it wasn't like that. No. Peter Obi said he was going to remove it. On that one, we agree. But the way he was going to go about it was different. He was going to create a somewhat buffer for the people. So that pain, you see this pain that they are feeling right now, where everybody is shouting, price has gone to 500 and all of that. He would have found a way. He already had plans on ground that would take care of that. But when you don't have a plan, this man just blotted it. No plan. You can't just yank something. You put people in serious, worse situation. You put them in penury. Someone who's earning 4,000. I heard about a security guard. But man, people are wicked in Nigeria. How can you pay someone 4,000 for gate man?
That's terrible, man.
That's terrible. 4,000 naira. What you want to say 4,000 is better. It better make the person just, for me personally, where me I'm coming from, is this.
But is this substantiated? Is there any truth about it? Is there any evidence to prove that that is true, or people are just making this up?
Of the 4,000 naira security guard?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is true. It's a fact. It's a real life story. The man earns 4,000 naira. Now they have increased fuel 500 per liter. He's going to take transport. That means transportation will double. Right? So 4,000 naira is gone in a day, and then 4,000 in a month that they pay. God, people are wicked. I'm sorry. How can you open your eye and pay your fellow human being 4,000 for gate, man? Only in Nigeria, Sha.
Sorry, please. There's a comment that says here. It says, those useless police officers, are they blind or
And
deaf to not?
yeah.
But that's what we are talking about. They are not blind. They are not deaf, but they are ignorant.
They are ignorant.
And that is why you have to channel the message to let them open their eyes. It's just like most people are going. It's just like most people that are going to church are equally ignorant.
Yes.
Most people that are going to church and pastor is telling them this, they are not blind, they are not deaf, but they are ignorant. That is why the pastors are taking advantage of them. So the same thing goes with the police officers. If you give the police officer, the policeman, 20,000 naira, he will salute you and do everything, but he doesn't know that 20,000 naira will not go anywhere. He's not blind, he's not deaf, but he's ignorant.
Exactly.
He didn't know. You have to let him know that you can get a lot better than this. It's not a temporal thing, but a permanent thing. Being a police officer in America is a pride. Being a police officer in so many other countries is a proud thing to do because they have benefits. Because they know that if they are injured, their family is well taken care of. Because they know that if they are shot, they are taken to the hospital and the bill is not a problem. They are living in good houses.
Exactly.
These are things that our police officers should know.
Exactly.
That your Oga at the top, the IG, the DP, the deputy IG, and all that, they have settled themselves. What about you? What about your children? What about your living condition?
Your health.
What about
If anything happens to
retire? When you retire in a few years, what happens to you?
Exactly. What make you guys think that is the police officers that are the problem, or the generators?
No, they are not the problem.
They are not the problem, and they are not the one to solve the problem. If
we're not talking about solving. They have to be a part of the solution.
Omoye, look at it this way. Look at it this way. There is something that when you say things is kind of broad. This topic is very broad one. For example, where we are, or wherever any of us are right now, if you are working, for example, and you've been paid, for example, you've been paid like maybe $80 an hour, or say $50 an hour, and you go to work, you will do your 8 shift and go home easy. You don't even need overtime if you're making $80 or $50 an hour. Somebody who is earning $12, $20 an hour will go to work. You want to stay more, you want to do more things to get more money. They want to steal time, they want to do anything. They might just sitting down, not doing anything, just to steal time in order to make up with more money that you need to take care of your time. So these are the things that that need a very full-time grassroots structure for it to be better. Nigeria, when it comes to Nigeria and the police officers, there is no amount of words that we are going to say or we are going to do or campaign or whatever that you will do that will actually influence their thinking or their mindset, unless the grassroots is taken care of, which is the leadership. If the government themselves did not restructure the police officer and pay them good salary that can actually take care of them. If you are paying them a peanut, there is no way they will not keep doing what they're doing. If you
Okay,
travel back to
Mr.
Nigeria, for
Desmond, you
example,
Mr.
don't. I
Desmond,
think you misunderstand what
exactly.
we're trying to
You
say
didn't get
here.
the picture. Yes.
That's not the what we're trying to say here. Go ahead, Mr. Park.
okay, go ahead.
No, Mr. Desmond, what we are saying is that the police officers, I'm talking about the low rank police officers and soldiers, should be in this fight with us because we are equally fighting for them. I'm sure you are, I don't know, you might be in America or wherever. Do you know that there are sometimes some police officers, there are sometimes police officers are not even paid their monthly salary. They are owed.
Yeah. Yeah. They have to go, they'll send them to the streets
Do
to go and
you know
collect.
that there are sometimes they are not paid, they
Yes.
are owed?
Yes. For months.
Meanwhile, the people they are protecting are living large. So the thing we are talking about here is not that they're solving the problem or they are the problem. No, it's for you to make them understand that we are actually fighting for them too. We are fighting for them to get better salary. We are fighting for them to have health care. If they are shot now, right? What do you think is going to happen to them? That is over for them. So what I am saying is this, because the politicians are relying on these police forces or are relying on these men to fight the crowd when they come to attack them or when there's an uprising. So we're saying these officers, guy, we are not the problem. You are not the problem because you are even worse than we are. Look at where you are living, in a shanty. You deserve better. In America, policemen are well taken care of, well equipped. Look at where you are living. So you should be in this fight with us. You are going to get better you're going to get better if the country gets better. The people you are protecting, if the so-called say that they want to make Nigeria good, where are their children? Why are their children not in this country? You deserve better. The money these people have stashed away, right, can pay the entire state. One person stashed away can pay the entire police force in a state for the rest of their life. Why should they have it alone? How did they get that money? What software or what did they develop? Are they Tesla that they should have that kind of money? Even Tesla, what's his name? The Tesla guy and Facebook, they don't have that kind of cash. But these people have this kind of cash. Where did they get it from? So these are questions you should be asking too. Because you are not buying bread in a different place. You're not buying gas in a different place. You are suffering it too. So, Mr. Desmond, we're not saying that they are the problem or they are the solution. No. But they are the people they are going to use to protect themselves and quell any uprising.
Thank you. Right, I agree with that.
Yeah. So that's why we're saying that, we need to educate them, and Kene, to answer Kene's question, that you don't think that they are, what was it? Yeah, you say you don't think that they are. I think it has to do with ignorance. They say now where person no rich, they do something rich. Most of those people they are not able, because they're always looking for what to eat for that day, right? They're hustling, always in hustle mode. Sometimes they don't even think far. They don't even fit see waiting there in front of them, because they're in that hustle mode. Maybe their ogas will tell them, go to the streets, go and collect money from people, 100,000, bring it here, all those things. And some of them don't get paid, just like we said. Some of them are hungry. Look at where they live. That place is horrible. It's not even something that you can look at and say, yes, let me, so there's so many things that are wrong there. So yeah, ignorance does play a role. Not be by school oh. Sometimes people, they go school, not be by school, not be by education. Now, by being able to think outside of the box. Most of these people don't know how to, and because of the way the system be, they no fit think because na hunger first of all. When hunger wire you, you never chop how many days, na that one you go dey think. You no go dey think am now. Na you wan take put food for your belle, na you go dey think. Even some of them dey abandon their families. You never hear some policemen dey abandon their wives and their children because they no fit take care of them. They go just abandon them, run. They go miss, they no go see them again, you know. So ignorance plays a role. If we can talk to them on ground really, right, and also, kind of create some type of alliance with them. I don't even know if this na something wey we need to dey talk like this because these people here they dey everywhere. They fit go find as they wan take care. So I don't know, but there's so much work to be done, but we have to stay in the
Oh no! Oh, this is something to talk about in the air. I mean, this is what talk about on air. They should know. The police should know. Look
no,
at
na
where
the
you are
other
living.
side me dey think about. The other side when they go dey lis ten to take
They
point.
should. They could. I mean, they should. How many
Yeah,
policemen are you going to? You want to go and give money? How many?
that's true. That's true.
They should. If they know they can give every policeman 10 million, go ahead and do that.
Yeah. No, 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 you're right. And me personally, where me I'm coming from all of this, I grew up in a small town, It's a small town now, but it was more like a village, right? When I was growing up, it wasn't it wasn't, it didn't have too many population, right? Now, there was, in that town, money was not really an issue because people had farms. People grew their own food. So if at all you not get money, you must see food chop. For in my house now, right? My dad had yam farm, we had cassava farm, we planted pepper, tomatoes, we had a vegetable, bitter leaf, saint leaf, we even get aloe vera and cactus plants. Okay. Beans, we had beans farm, we had melon farm. This with a melon seed wey dem dey break, we dey grow am for my house that time. So we had food in my house. We didn't have much money. We were rich in food. And then other people that had like palm tree farm, palm kernel farm, when they harvest and they have oil, they will share to their friends. So my dad will get like maybe 4 jerry cans of palm oil in the house. And maybe he will now some of his when we get good harvest, we share with other people. We did our own garri. I dey wake up 4 a.m. dey fry garri that time. I still remember. We will carry am, prepare the garri, carry am for processing, come back, wake up early in the morning to fry garri. Now, why am I saying this? There are people who still live like that in Nigeria. Money is not an issue. If my dad had to pay for every time we ate, we were 7 in my family. How much was the man making? A civil servant. There was no way he could have ever, maybe some of us will not go school, or maybe none of us will go school. But with the little he had, and because he had a farm, he was able to sustain his family. Those are the people that I think about sometimes, and it just breaks my heart that they cannot go to their farms anymore. They don't have access to their farms. There's no guarantee that when they go that they will come back in one piece. That is, my heart breaks for that because I grew up on the farm. We had our own goats and chicken. The chicken will lay eggs. Now those eggs we dey chop. The goats, and then my dad did hunting on the side as a hobby. So sometimes he'll bring game home and the game will be so huge, it might be in the freezer, God knows, because there's plenty. So when I think about those things, my heart dey break for those people in those small towns, in those villages, when they say they don't really, money is not a factor to them. The only time they need money is maybe when they want to buy something. Maybe they have to send their children to school. You see some of them bring garri to the market to sell, to gather money. I dey think every time I talk about this politics in Nigeria, na those people I dey think about for my heart. I go say, how dis people take dey cope? Because when you no get farm, you no fit grow your own food, then you buy everything. How many people get work for Nigeria? How many young people have jobs? Even the ones that are not so young, maybe that are middle age, how much do they pay them? And some of these people have families that they need to take care of, wife, children. Sometimes the wife no dey work, na only the man dey work. because of the way the society is structured. When I think about that one, my heart go dey break. How those people take dey survive? That means that most of them no go dey get education anymore because their parents can't really afford to send them to school. you know we can't stop. Me personally, I can't stop talking about this. We have to keep fighting because there's so many people that are depending on us, those who have a voice, who can really talk and really echo, shout for those who cannot talk. There are so many people that are depending on it. Why will I be quiet? I have to keep fighting and keep keeping and keep faith alive, because I don't know, maybe one day, maybe tomorrow, things will just change, in the hope that things will just turn around tomorrow. I'm not relying on the courthouse. I'm not relying on Agbado to do the right thing. To be honest, I'm not relying on it. I don't know how it's going to happen because it looks like the man has been able to put everybody in his pocket, So what else? What other options do we have? We keep talking, we keep fighting, we keep creating the awareness. And this is why I really appreciate your the angle you came from, Mr. Pat, because that's so important. That angle is so important because it starts from the grass. By the time you start to talk to people and engage with them one on one, you're talking to them, they are forming groups, you are talking to the groups, you are educating them. It will make a difference because whether we like it or not, every day people are becoming obedient, for lack of better words, right? I know the obedient group is bigger than those people that are in the obedience. You have the people who've been standing for the truth all this time, but they never had the opportunity or giving the audience. Now they have that opportunity. Now they have a voice. So we're talking about a large group of people that are coming together and opening their eyes and realizing that we cannot continue like this. It's not possible. We can't. We can't. Hmm? Thank you very much, Tacho, for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Oh, my sister, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. All my super chatters, now do well. I go buy mango. I beg. Thank you.
To quickly answer Kene's question, I'm sure you've taken care of it. Yes,
Okay.
Kene, you said you don't think police are ignorant. Yes, they are. Ignorance is not just ignorance are in different levels. Okay, they should look by the time you make them, because they are not seeing where they are now, that they could be
Yes.
better. So any person that is saying that he wants to get higher and then he can eat go and chop his own money, but he can do better. He can do better than saying you want to get higher. So they are ignorant. Ignorant is partly when you don't know how powerful you are. You don't know your abilities. You are
Yeah.
ignorant.
Yeah. Exactly. No, you're right. And again, it's true. Can they look? They look at which normal person will look at that barrack and not feel, you won't get this what's it called, goosebumps all over your body.
In case you've not been to any barracks, take a trip.
Yes.
Take a trip to a barrack, a
you
police
feel
barrack.
like you feel like throwing up if you see those barracks. So if for them, if they fit enter that place and that tells you all you need to know. And don't think that there's something foundationally wrong. Is it not better for you to be in the village under inside the hut somewhere than to be in that kind of place? It's a lot. I'd rather be a farmer. I'll just go back to the farm and be farming. I'm telling you, in front of my house, I'll just be farming and be growing my food. What's the point? Look at the mess. In the village, they will have better lifestyle, you know, if not because they don't turn the country upside down. But we have to keep talking. We need to also involve them. Make we let the movement begin, let it be expanding. This is the power we have right now. Since they feel say delay, they wan delay us, we dey use that time now take dey expand. Mr. Pat, that this idea when you bring almost solid, honestly, it's so powerful because it's an angle that we can definitely. And if you're on Twitter, for crying out loud, please use your hashtags, get on spaces, create spaces, invite specifically members of this, all these low class ones. Now you go invite, not be their oga. And when they create, they can create with pseudo names. They don't have to use their real names or something. You know, you can create WhatsApp groups, or somehow just create somewhere, some avenue that you can meet and talk to these people, because they need to be part of this movement. Gonna them that they use.
There is no way that message will go far. That at least that's what I'm saying. If 1,000 people hear that message, there is no how way 50 won't be saying not true, not true. And once
Exactly.
it starts sinking in, the people they are protecting will start getting worried. This might turn against us, you know.
No, it's true. Absolutely, because it will start to make sense. When you have one-on-one conversation, you come down, just talk to the person, say, come, my guy, this life, you yes, you take talk to am, the person go come understand, go say, well, na true, my life fit better pass this now. Most of them no dey get anybody when they dey get this kind conversations with. They never see anybody when sit down tell them as e dey be like that. They never get. So the more they have, more engagement with people who maybe see better than they do, right? And are able to break it down to them. You'll be amazed how much you can gather, how many people you can bring to your side. It's all about winning people to our side now. To be honest, this is a very, very important strategy. Winning especially them, because now them that they use against us. So we need to start building from the bottom up with them. We cannot ignore them. And if I might add, those are the north too, from the northern extraction. We need to also be finding ways to talk to them and also bring them to our side as much as we can, because we cannot fight this fight on our own like that. We need to, expansion is very important right now. With the time we have, expansion is very, very important. We cannot downplay that one at all. We can't ignore it, you know. So
Also, Ekene, ignorance is also not seeing beyond one's nose. Let me not say you. It's being able to see beyond your nose. What I mean by that is that they are collecting bribe. The bribe they are collecting on the road is going to feed them probably for just that day, if it's going to be able to feed them for that just day. So they are thinking of just today now.
mm-hmm.
They are thinking of just
Exactly.
now. They're not seeing beyond now.
Exactly. They
So,
can't see beyond. Yeah.
so Ekene, if you live in other countries like America, you don't see police collecting. If they want to collect bribe, they'll take something big, something. It's not. So what we are saying is there is potential for them. They can be better. Life is going to be better if the right person is there. But there are few people who are holding everybody's, well, I call it everybody's destiny. They're just very few people.
Mm-hmm. They're just holding on to it. They don't want to let it go. There are few, and we have. Let me play this video again because I think it's very important for us to hear it again. Let me play this video again, and this woman speaks to exactly what we need to know and understand as a people.
The Ukraine war and Russia. But the reason African countries,
Sorry, noise from.
everyone's talking about the Ukraine war and Russia, but the reason African countries are hungry is because their ability to produce their food was destroyed by the right to dump by Cargill. Cargill wrote the agreement on agriculture, and then the junk food industry, the Pepsis and Cokes and Nestle's, wrote the sanitary and phytosanitary agreement and created the Codex Alimentarius to shut down healthy food and pushed the food that gave us illnesses, 75% chronic diseases. This is not a conspiracy. There is evidence that the corporations wrote the rules, then it created the billionaires. Now the billionaires rule the world. And I call them the 1%, not because they're 1%, they're just a handful. And when you ask me, what's the optimism? For me, the optimism is a pathetic group of ignorant, selfish men are not more powerful than all the people who've occupied the palace of the president.
They hear that one? Small group of people. Think about it. You're 200 million strong. Why will a small group of people be lording it over you? Why? Ask yourself that question.
President in Sri Lanka, the farmers who've occupied the streets of Netherlands, People have power. We've been made to think we are inert.
They hear people have power. They don't brainwash you to think say no you don't, you do. People have, look at, imagine what this movement has created just by Obi, one man coming out and saying and speaking. That man is a revolutionary man because of the way he talks. People are not, people just they look at his words and say that man, his words alone are revolutionizing. That's what's going on with us right now. We don't even know. Now later on in history, when they will read about Peter Obi, they go say this man was a revolutionary man.
Been made to think nature is inert. And all it is a colonization of our mind. The minute we become free and say, we are part of nature, we are creative, and we are powerful. Powerful in a different way. Powerful in the way of Shakti. Powerful in the way of non-violent resistance, of absolutely refusing to be colonized.
You hear am? Na hear am? Absolutely refusing to be colonized, absolutely refusing to accept the bare minimum. That is why we can't give up on this fight. That is why, to me, I respect and I admire PO's angle in all of this. Because think about it, if PO had, with everything that happened during the election and everybody came out and we all got on the street, fight, bish bish, everything, then they take down the number of people they want to take down. By now they'll be saying calm down, be calming down. Will they be calming everybody down? Before you know what's happening, everybody will have to accept the charade that they've given to us. But you see, because that didn't happen, what is now happening, it has generated conversations even more. More people have now even become a part of this process. And more people are going to continue to become part of this process. You see, reverse psychology. That man, hey God, Peter Obi no be ordinary person abeg. Dat man he came prepared, he ready, you know. So this is why I think that this is the most effective so far that I've seen way of ensuring that we stay consistent with getting this back, and in the process, and also while we're doing it, we're also pressing their neck and putting pressure that they must give to us what belongs to us. That's what's going to happen. So we can't give up. Mama Echo, welcome. Oh, you be go sleep small. See your face. Welcome. Oh, you're on mute.
Thank you. The truth is this. Tutu is a placeholder. At least now there are period now we hear placeholder. So right now he's a placeholder. And those when they dance follow him. I mean, they asked today for my good diary, say, where is their filling station? So that they go, they buy fuel.
For 50 naira per litre, abi?
And they also sent up for my good diary, say, we don't chop break factories. Make it give us lunch. Because when some people open their eye, they see bad, they call them good. I beg, first Okeyamu, where are you now? We want make you come run your mouth as you run out during the campaign. FK. FFFK, I've been waiting now. I don't know when I go sit down, no. Not supposed to they run on our mouth. And it's with me today. When headmaster Yakubu agree say the best one supposed to there, he's supposed to win 25th of Abuja. So with that alone, Chief Tinubu and Atiku are already disqualified. They're sweet. And I don't see why somebody go write exam with your own hand. They go come bring the same paper, come give her. You go say, no, don't bring it, don't bring it, don't bring it. Yakubu. Now you release certified copy of all these documents when they bring come. You release them for them. They go tender am for court. When I got the object. If you like that, I just learn the language of objection. Objection. Now, because you know evidence, I got the object. What a shame. Yakubu, I won't draw your attention. I never give you that video. May I send that to you. When a white host Chore, I remember. I beg you, make una not rig election. Beg. And I also pray one prayer that prayer. If not rig election, make all this thing happen. And I tell una say this election won't be as usual. Una not here. And I warned you people that the blood of the innocent and their spirit are crying for vengeance. And vengeance will they get? Una not here. Now, that they disgrace on herself. Plus, Mr. Agbado. Where is her papa? Oh my, where is her papa?
Her papa don't go in village. He don't finish work. He don't go back to village. They don't make her senior for village now. Think now senior.
The same thing that happened to her papa will happen to all of them. It will open disgrace. Why not go wait for now? Una just plan for now head. Say, because since my 1960, when I played this Guru game, during Obasanjo, I play, now country say go continue. There are generations you cannot cheat. There are some head that is untouchable. There are some destiny you can't hold for hand for too long. So this very generation, they know they cheat, then go scot-free. Their destiny is untouchable. So I'm gonna continue. If I be you, Mr. President elect, I be selected. You go kukuma announce your resignation. But no, Erufai dey one more for one corner. Una plan, it don't fail. It go sweet oh. I bet you that make una go dey buy cloth when we dey celebrate. Buy your chape, keep for ground. Because we shall surely pop it. The day I pray, I go wear my gele. Make I see person go help me tire. Dress my robot down. Go carry my tambourine. Every channel when I go to go. I also dance, we go to dance. Now do well, children. Nigeria military. Una join the people when they fight for Nigeria police. Una join people when they fight for. So that from this very moment, anything that they do concerning my children, be very careful. Be very careful. They could not buy any of my pikin because of this here people. Now beg. I say reach right now. Omo,
Thank you very much, Mama Echo. We appreciate you. Thank you.
I
And so we have
appreciate
to
you
remain
guys.
consistent. We must collect our property back from their hand. So my people, now here I go draw the curtain today. I don't try for today. All of una do well oh, but more not forget oh, we continue to move forward. We do not relent. We continue to talk and continue to engage people like we discussed. If you're on Twitter, please make use of your Twitter pages. You know, because this fight we must continue. Everybody now don't become journalists. All of us, we don't be researchers, journalists, FBI, CIA, everything that we dey do now we be our own solution right now, so everybody must engage.
Omo, yeah, e get one person wey dey carry it dey expose now. So dem say dem no dey pay subsidies to anybody oh.
Yes, now I played the video earlier.
E say dem no dey pay
Yeah.
subsidy to
Yes,
anybody.
exactly.
So there's somebody they have been collecting the money.
Yes,
These
exactly.
people are wicked
I'm
and
telling you, evil, evil,
But the thing
evil.
be say, una when he chop that money, una go vomit am.
He say oh.
When I tell you that say everything una steal from us, wherever una put am, we go look for am and we go collect am back. So this subsidy, when I tell the day six subsidy, even boo boo when he say subsidy is a scam, he can't enter, he can't do his own worst.
Yes.
So you people not saying that subsidy is a scam.
Exactly.
What a shame.
It is.
Money one are supposed to take sponsor my children.
Yeah.
Money one are supposed to take remove them from street. Money one are supposed to make sure ASU not go on strike. Sori gbogbo yìí tẹ́ ẹ jẹ́, una go vomit am. This is so painful.
It is.
Look at Niger Delta. Where una dey go drain the whole oil.
Abandon the place.
Community.
Yes, dilapidated.
The money you people have been taking from subsidy so called, if you people use it for all those places. Eburu. The devil is a saint when it comes to some of them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they won't even now they talk say person wey no be non-indigenous of Lagos. They won't review the payment when they make now so that they go increase them. Everything when we hear before the election, now they want do. Everything, every rumor when they say na rumor na lie, now they want implement. So Iyabo Ojo, they don't slap him because Iyabo Ojo was very vocal about Peter Obi. They don't
I
slap
hear
him
say
18 million.
I hear say GVR dey for court seriously with
That's what we hear.
Sanwo-Olu.
Yeah. You know.
And I hear say family there be lawyer, everybody they support her, they court.
Yeah.
And they said the evidence too in that area, they overwhelming.
Yes.
So we dey get president, but we dey get Lagos back.
Absolutely.
Gbogbo yín, una go vomit everything.
All
right, my dear sister, good night.
All right, Mama Echo, thank you very much. I appreciate you. All right, my people, this is it. I draw the curtain here now. Finally. Mr. One Love, are you still with us? Mr. One Love, maybe don't go sleep now. Okay, I think he's probably gone. Keshetima said he should go and drink oil. Yeah, exactly. That's what he said. Everything that they talked about, even the one on the leaked audio, everything, they are playing it out now, my people. This fight, we dey inside this fight, oh. My content has changed forever. If anybody told me that I'll be here doing politics, be grinding, I would say it's a lie. But here I am. I'm not going anywhere anytime, abeg. Now this one, this country is very important more than ever. I don't know. It's more important now more than ever. It needs attention. We cannot continue to be complacent. As Nigerians, we've been complacent for too long. Then give these people, these criminals, power. Like say we dey vocal, like say we know our rights, we know wetin civic responsibility be. I guarantee you, we for not dey where we dey now. We for not dey. So we carry forward though, we continue to move. We go nowhere. Our principal is in court. Every day na the man dey show up early. You know dey miss court. Not at all. Wetin come be my excuse? Not my country. Na for my own good too now. So may everybody put your voice for this matter. We must collect wetin be our own. We no go let them rest. So my people, let's call it a night oh. I go see una again another time. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Mr. Ishaoluwa Tato, for the super chat. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you. I was very well encouraged today. You went back to my old videos, Kene. Hey, my brother, can you believe it is me now? After watching that video, can you place it? I'm sure you're like, yeah? This girl come dey talk politics now. How, my dear? I'm asking the same question. Oh, how? What a pivot, right? I know what people, all my village, my people when we dey do village meeting. Mirabel don drag me. Omo, please give us time for village meeting. Oh yeah, omo, my heart is in this whole is in Nigeria right now. We need to get that country working, and everybody needs to be involved. This one no be, oh, it doesn't concern me. Oh, you know what? The Nigeria has a lot of issues. Omo, we keep saying that. How long have you been hearing that? We're still where we are. We cannot continue to do that. Personally, I feel responsible. I feel like I need to be a part of this. So to each their own, but me, I must fight my fight. I beg, I no fit. This is crazy. The complacency, it stinks to the high heavens. Even God wey create us for that country, e go dey look us side eye, bombastic side eye. Na dey look all of us say, una dey there, country wey I give una, when e dey flow with milk and honey, una abandon am unto say una no know wetin una get. Or abeg, this Nigeria matter too much, it's too stressful, it's too draining, it's too this. If we no fix am, who go fix am? Who's coming to fix it? Is anybody coming from anywhere to fix it? Nobody. Na we go still fix our problem. Na we. Isn't it obvious? At least Ms. Topnotch, you just mentioned a video now where they were saying that it's intentional to keep Africa poor, because if Africa is poor, the West will continue to be rich. That one never tell you something already. E never reach to wake every African up, say no, we must fight and get our societies back. I no fit oh, I can't be complacent again. After knowing everything I know, after Peter Obi has opened our eyes, we have seen the truth. No, abeg, I won't be able to forgive myself that I knew this and I kept quiet, and I was like, oh well, it's too much work. Who's gonna do it if we don't? Who's going to do it? I'm telling you, Kene, the village meeting go sweet pass. I say I go dey come to them from my mango tree. Underneath my mango tree, live from my mango tree. We go dey talk. This time na parable we go dey talk. We go dey exchange parables. I'm telling you. We cannot close our eye. We no fit talk say, oh, e no concern me. Oh, the matter for Nigeria, e get as e be, too many things. Who go do am if you no do am? If me no do, if all of us say, okay, abeg, the problem is too much, let's just ignore it, e go still smell near you na. The smell will never leave you. E go still smell near you. You go still hear the stink of, you go still smell the stink of am. Na your country, whether you like am or not, na your country, na your mess. So it's better for everybody, every Nigerian ought to join in this and move and continue to add your voice to move the society forward. This man wey wan enter now, the orange man wey dem dey push now say e go enter, una know wetin e get? Recently, na Nigerians, e come ready for Nigerians. E say when e enter, na matter e go first face. Nigerians, una never hear that one? It's a recent one o, no be old video. E don turn on na us e dey face. E say once e enter, Nigerians, before e comot, the last time wey dem comot and dem tell am, e say e dey find way wey e go take send all the Nigerians back, because people come dey complain say whether Nigerians go get some of the wetin dem dey call am, the money wey dem wan pay, retribution abi wetin dem call am, for all dis our cousins wey dem thief that time. For news, Fox News, dem go dey talk am, dem go say I hope say Nigerians no go dey among o, because how many people dem wan pay retribution to? I don forget wetin dem call am. So guys, I no know where you dey, I no know the country wey you dey o, I no know whether na island you dey, whatever. You are needed, your society needs you. If you like be staying in a luxurious place with palm trees all over, sipping pina colada morning till night, your country needs you. Everybody is needed. All hands needs to be physically on deck for this one. But na my own me dey do, I no fit do pass my own, right? Na wetin I know na I go fit talk. But reparations, thank you o, thank you very much. God go bless you Kene. When dem dey talk about it, dey say Nigerians nko, they shouldn't include Nigerians o. Any small thing dem dey call Nigerians, any small thing, now say these people mean us o. Orange man don ready say he wan send everybody back. So when we dey there dey deceive ourselves, omo, these people no send. You better fight for your own. You wey you no wan fight for your own, dem dey eye your own. Dem wan make the thing kukuma scatter so that dem go enter, come collect everything for una hand. Dem go come become landlord for una land. Dem go come make you dey pay high prices because dem know the value of the land. So you better wake up o, wherever you think you may be and you are enjoying your life, sipping, waking up and drinking Starbucks every morning. Omo, if you no fight for your own, nobody go fight for you. In fact, they want it jaga jaga so that you won't even see road to find way to go there. So anyway, enough said. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you on my next one. It's been real. Enjoy your evening. Bye.